Alrighty, hello, Private Investment Club, everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome. We got an amazing show for you guys here. Come on in, turn on your cameras. I want to welcome you to On the Record. I want to introduce my co-host over here, Dan Doré. Everybody give him a round of applause over here. Dan Doré.
Yes, and we're going to do this safely, right, Daniel? We promised we would do this safely. So we're doing...
Just for anybody trying to see that.
This is 8 feet.
This is 8 feet.
There we go.
So you stay there, I'll stay here.
Do your thing.
We're all good.
Good, so we start seeing people coming in. That's great. Send in the chats. Tell us you're coming in. Tell us where you're from. Good, and I see people from my hometown, Ottawa, Canada. That's great. I'm from Ottawa. You're from Toronto.
I'm from Toronto.
Right? Good, so you didn't have to travel as far as I did.
There you go. Yeah.
Good stuff.
We got the VIP guys. Hello, VIPs.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
That's great. We have a new speaker also coming in to this session.
Oh, yep.
Right?
I'm just
Paul's
going to fix
coming
my
in. He's not going to be here live, unfortunately, but you're in for a treat as he brings...
Yeah, Paul. Give us a wave. Everybody say hi to Paul.
We see Paul. There he is. Paul's there.
Yes.
He'll be live with Sunil later on, so that's fantastic. Good. So we're starting to see a lot of faces, so that's good.
So we got a really great lineup for you guys. We have amazing speakers. Today, we're all going to be talking about business, ethics, how to do business morally, and still win the game by following the rules. Is it possible? Is it possible to win in business following all the rules?
I think it's the only way to do it. I think if you can't do it that way, you shouldn't be doing it. You want to be able to sleep at night. I don't know about me. I always conduct business in a way where I can sleep at night. And to me, if we can't do it that way, then we don't do it at all. It's quite simple. I'm sure it's the same for you, Daniel.
Same thing.
Right?
In business, we get asked to do many different things that sometimes are very questionable. Yeah. And it's about judgment calls. It's about following your gut and knowing what is right and wrong, and that's what today is all about.
Good stuff.
Awesome. We're seeing more people roll in, so hello, all the newcomers.
Oh, somebody from Pakistan.
Nice. Welcome.
Arizona, Salt Lake City, Utah. Vaughn,
nice. Very close by. Yes, hello.
Good stuff.
Who do we have? We got Penny, Mark, Michelle, hello.
So tell us, based on who you saw, who are you most likely to, who do you really want to see today? Tell us, who's your top? Who drew you to this event? Tell us, right? Yeah, Sunil, we're all here for Sunil. Obviously, if it wasn't for Sunil and his team, none of this would be happening. And I know, Daniel, you've been at the last event. I've been at a few events. Fantastic. And I have to say, seeing it live here and seeing what's happening, it's quite impressive. I tell Sunil every time the reality is when COVID hit last year and they were doing these live events, and to see them shift to this version where it's virtual, I would tip my hat off to him and I would tell him, I said, it's quite impressive to see somebody has live events and pivot to these types of events and go to this level. Yes. And I know yesterday we came in for a run and it was quite impressive to be able to see
fantastic set. If you guys want to see,
if you were seeing this live,
oh my
this is quite impressive. So congrats to all this team. I think at the end it's we're the ones doing this, but the reality, everything happens behind the scenes. So congrats to all of you. Yeah.
So Dan, how did you meet Sunil? How did you join this group?
I actually saw Sunil speak at a Tony Robbins event. I think in 2018, 2019 in Ottawa. Yep. And it was interesting because there's a lot of fantastic speakers, but Sunil stood out to me because he was Canadian and he was from Toronto. And obviously a lot of the speakers are from the States and so on. So, and he spoke about real estate and real estate's my game. Yep. And we kept in touch. And then I was at another event back in 2019, I believe now, because it almost seems like we lost a year. And he had Kevin Harrington speaking, and I was just impressed with that event. And I decided to hire him as a high-end mentor. Mm-hmm. And we've been working together now for almost a year and a half. And I had my business before, I had my real estate portfolio, things are going well. But the things that I learned, and I said, and I tell him every time, and he knows, I tell him I would never have imagined this. I never thought of doing it this way, or this is the way it works, or so on. So it's been quite a privilege.
So tell me, what have you experienced after working with Sunil? How has your business changed? What was your viewpoint like?
Well, the reality is the first thing you have to see is that I'm actually here. I would not have done this before. I would have steered away from all opportunities to this. But when he explained the opportunity and to be able to speak to more people and so on, it took me a few months to gravitate, but here I am. So and now I feel privileged to be able to share with people, and hopefully we'll be able to share some really interesting ideas and experiences today that you'll benefit from. So how about
Absolutely. That's fantastic. So for me, I met Sunil about 1.5 years ago. I went to a Grant Cardone event in Miami.
Nice.
And this is like, I always tell people networking is so important. You have to network, you have to network, you have to network. And not only do you have to just network, you have to network with the right people, because you can just burn yourself out going to many meetings and meeting the wrong people. But if you're in the right room with the right people, with the right energy, your whole life, your whole business can explode. And that one meeting with Sunil produced this right now, which is crazy. So I went from being an attendee at a Grant Cardone event, and then I learned that Sunil was actually producing an event with Grant Cardone and Kevin Hart called the Canadian Wealth Summit. And now for me, I was a mortgage broker. I'm still a mortgage broker, and I was doing okay. But after meeting Sunil and with his guidance and his mentorship and putting on stages like this, I'm actually going to be speaking at the Canadian Wealth Summit. And it's just crazy how things can transpire, right?
Good for you.
Yeah, so
good for you,
this
Daniel.
is why I always say that it's all about who you're with, the right crowd. One person, one contact can just change your whole business totally. So today, what I want you guys to do is get to know people in the chat, connect with people, and this is not just a conference where we're just talking to you. Take notes, connect with people. It's all about contacts. And if you find somebody that you really connect with, try to reach out with them. And that one meeting with Sunil changed everything. So that could happen for you as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Isn't he great? Did you guys see him speak at the last event? Right? It was this was great. So
the capital raising boot. Who was at the capital raising boot camp? Put it in the chat.
Yeah, who was there? Just curious.
That was what, 2 months ago?
Yeah. Oh, me. We got there. Good. Me, Francesca. We see.
Awesome.
Sharam, Abid, Stefan,
awesome.
Angela,
So we
Kim.
got a lot of repeat.
Nice.
So amazing. So for all of you that are new, this is the work of Private Investment Club, Sunil's team. Amazing, high-end, top caliber conferences that it's always geared towards going to the next level. So what you see here is evidence of what he does in his business. So if you want to get to the next level, this is what you have to incorporate yourself.
Yeah, good stuff. Good. So are we hitting house rules or anything? Yeah. Okay, house rules. Are we putting it on? You want to start, Daniel?
All right, so we got some house rules here, and we want to just have, can we pull that up?
Yeah.
Oh, my clicker. That's all me, guys. All right, so house rules. Do engage with the speaker. So we want you to be on the chat. Ask good questions, all right? And leave your cameras on. The more energy that you give the speakers, the more energy they can deliver to you. And take notes. We're going to be giving you a lot of great content, great tips. And what you want to do is not just listen and watch us, but actually write it down so that you have notes to go back to after the conference. Be kind in the chat, don't harass anybody, and have fun. It's all about having fun.
Oh yeah, that's good. You're good. Okay, and the things we want to make sure people abstain themselves from doing, please don't spam the chat. Be respectful to the people there. So if you have, if you're promoting so on, maybe just do it once, but keep it on the down low. We're trying to get engagement from the people. And make sure to keep your mic off. I think some people, just because these virtual events, sometimes people take their mic off and on. They put their mic on, and they don't do it on purpose, but it disrupts everybody else in the room. So please be careful to make sure that you keep yourself muted. And don't disrespect the others. Obviously, there will be some different views that you'll see come out today. And it's meant to be able to judge for yourself, but be respectful. Everybody may have a different idea, a different way of thinking, but the reality is that, be respectful. We're asking for everybody to remain respectful in the chat and for everybody's benefit. So hopefully that's easy to do. And we're looking forward to getting this started.
Exactly.
So,
alrighty,
yes.
So without further ado, we're gonna run the track for Sunil.
We have Sunil Tulsiani, founder of Private Investment Club.
You need to be hanging around people like that, like him, so that you can learn to think and act the way millionaires act.
He's an amazing friend, an amazing mentor and coach.
As I said in my seminar, it ain't bragging if you've done it. What Sunil can do is can give you advice based on his own experience that will save you years of hard work.
That's what his vision is, to make 100 millionaires.
You need to come and be part of this and use the resources, because it's not just you. You've surrounded yourself with all kinds of people in various aspects of the real estate world, the motivational world, the take a risk world, if you will.
Yes. Sunil Tulsiani is a former police officer turned real estate mogul who has bought and sold over $100 million worth of real estate. He's been referred to by the media as the wealthy cop. Sunil is a #1 best-selling author and internationally renowned public speaker who's been featured on Fox Business News, CNBC, Bloomberg News, CP24 TV, the Toronto Star, and the covers of several national magazines. He's shared stages with Robert G. Allen, Jack Canfield, Brian Tracy, Ron Lee Grant, and many other real estate legends. He's been called the Tony Robbins of the real estate world. Please give a warm welcome to your speaker, Sunil Tulsiani.
hello, everybody. Look at you guys. This is amazing. Say hello, everybody. This is awesome. Look at you guys. Look at you. Hey, I can tell if you're just a picture. If you're waving, I know you're here. So it's good to see you all. Yes, look at that. Hello. Hi, Simon. Grace, Bruce, Sarab, Benjamin, Yasmin. Who else is there? Phil. My buddy Phil is there. Good to see you, Phil. Who else? Paul Gill. Paul, good to see you. Ken. Michelle, good to see you. Tara, good to see you. Zandra, Derek, Paulus, and Derek again. Margaret, Mario, Are, A-A-R-A. Who else? Wave your hand. Jennifer. By the way, you need to be on the video for me to wave back at you, obviously. Good to see you. Bev, Tony, Bev, Carlene, Carolyn. Who else is there? Jay Blanchard, your first name is Grace. Good to see you. This is awesome. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody, we're going to do 3, 2, 1. We're going to do a high five. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. High five, everybody. Let's do a high five. This side, high five. Good to see you all. That's awesome. I just want to let you know that we have started right now, and there's some Zoom issues. We have so many people trying to get in, and there's some issues. My team in the back end is trying to fix it up right now for us. But I'm so happy to see you all. And what I want to say to you is that today it's going to be an amazing, amazing event for you. Now, I'm going to start off by saying to you, so happy to see you. You guys are just like amazing to be on this. Look at this. Look at Penny. Look at the smiles that you guys have. Look at this. James, Ben. And you know what? Behind the scenes, I was watching. We got people from India, Pakistan, China, Europe, US, Canada, UK. It's all over the world. And now we're connected. And in the times of COVID-19, when we're told to stay away and all that stuff, today we're going to be in together in this one wonderful energy. It is absolutely going to be a life-changing event for you.
This is so amazing to have you. And what I want you to do is I want you guys, all of you, to actually walk away with $1 million idea today. Now, let's start with some of the things that I want to go over with you very, very quickly, because we have an amazing event that's for you. We've got ready. And one of the things I want to say to you is that if you have never seen me before, never ever seen me before, I want you to put in the chat box, say, hi, Sunil. Go ahead, let me see. Most of them, go ahead, keep going. Hi, Sunil, that's it, keep going. There you go, there you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Maybe we can have the chat in the middle somewhere as well, so that's awesome. And yes, oh, look at the VIP. So by the way, we have 2 rooms. We have the general attendees, and we have the VIP and the platinum attendees on 2 different rooms. So I'm gonna keep addressing you. I have 2 different TVs and panels, and one side like that. Look at that, look at that. That's all of you. That's you talking to me. I love that. I love you speaking back to me. This is amazing. Look at you guys. The smiles on your face is just amazing. Albert, Bello, good to see you. Kim, good to see you. Good to see you. Penny's daughter, good to see you. Benjamin, Katie, good to see you. Yes, Andrew, yes. I'm gonna get to all of you, by the way. We're gonna rotate this, okay? We're gonna be saying hello all, throughout the time. But here's what I want to say to you. If you have never seen me before, I want to go over why you're here today, your investment of time, whether you came in as a VIP, as a platinum, or you came in as a general. And you're going to notice more and more people are going to join in as we go through the day because of the issues that we had with Zoom. And we're going to make sure that we're going to get you guys in. Stay with me. Throughout the day, what I'm going to talk about is, first of all, most of you know that we got Edward Snowden coming. If you have not seen his movie, if you don't know who he is, you're going to know today for sure. But after the day, make sure you watch his movie if you haven't watched it in the last, let's say, 6 months or so. And for us being here today, I want to let you know that it is going to be an amazing event for you, a life-changing event for you. If you're thinking about taking your life to the next level, you want to have more cash flow, you want to grow your business, you want to become one of my real estate millionaires. Now, if that's not the case, if you're not here because you want to improve your business, you don't like money, you don't want to grow, you don't want to be successful, then this would be very limited benefit for you. This event is a business and a real estate investment. Whether you do this part-time, whether you want to do this full-time, whether you've been doing it right now full-time, or you're thinking of doing it in the future, it is going to be a life-changing event for you. Now, those of you who do not know me, and those who do know me, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, because the important part is, number one way for you to become wealthy is to know who you're learning from. So if I want to be a top surgeon, I'm going to find a top surgeon, find out their story, how they did it, and then hire them or work with them or partner up with them. If I want to be an engineer, that's where I'm going to go. If I want to be a doctor, I'm going to go to medical university. But what I see a lot of times is a lot of people take advice from people that are not very wealthy, and yet the advice comes from people that haven't done it. So today I want to share something a little bit about myself and where we're going from here. Good to see you. Yes, thank you for waving. I appreciate you guys. Wave at me. Yes. Keith Kegan, that's great. That's awesome. Grace, good to see you. iPhone, by the way, you can change your name. If you're going to put your name, don't say, because I'm going to call you iPhone if it says iPhone. Susan, yeah, I see you smile. I see you. Yes, Jay Blanchard, I see you smile as well. So I was born in India. We grew up in a 200 square foot room. I'm talking about room, not a condo. It's a room. In one room, that was a bedroom. That was our living room. That was our kitchen. And there was 5 of us living there. And we shared washroom with some other family. And they had the first right of refusal to go to that washroom. When we did move into another home, we had no running water. We had no electricity. And we had no washrooms. And my dad was a factory man. Made enough money just to feed us. The fruit sometimes we would buy, I remember we bought an apple and my dad would cut 5 pieces of apple and we would fight for that one piece, which was a bigger piece for us. And the ideas was, save your money. Money doesn't grow on tree. And be frugal, buy stuff when saving, and just always make your decision based on one thing and one thing only. I can't afford it. That was the mantra we grew up with. Who do you think? Who do you think I am? Our version in India would be, who do you think we're Rockefellers? And the main thing to understand is that we got fed based on what was on sale. We wore the clothes based on what was on sale. We actually went and bought stuff based on if you can afford it or have that. So based on that, as we were growing, the affirmations I know work because the affirmation was opposite to what all the successful people tell me to do. So we moved to Toronto in 1981, and from 1981 to 1990, I was a bad student. I did not like school. My parents told me, if you don't study hard, you're not going to amount to anything. One day my dad told me that you're going to beg on streets because you're not studying hard. And I had basically 4 choices, mainly. One was become a doctor. 2 was become an engineer. 3rd was become a lawyer or become an accountant. And if you can't get any of those things, get any type of government secured job. That's what I want you to do. That's what basically I grew up with. Well, from 1981 to 1990, every day I was told that I'm not going to amount to anything. Teachers told me, they put X marks on them. I barely passed my high school. And then in 1990, I got my dream profession. I became a police officer with the Ontario Provincial Police. I went from being a uniform officer to being a police detective to being a police negotiator. And finally, I became a platoon commander. And while I was doing that, my family, I was suffering, and my wife comes to me and says, we're going to have a divorce. We have 2 children. And because of those 2 children and because of our marriage, I decided I needed to do something else. And most of you know now that I actually did very well in real estate because I opened up this newspaper, and there's this crazy guy. His name is Robert G. Allen. By the way, Robert Allen is going to be here as well. He's a good friend of mine now. And I ended up buying and selling 77 properties the first year alone. Let me see you guys clap. Let me see all of you clap. Let's do that. Let's do that. By the way, I can see you if you're not clapping, right? Okay, good. We are going to give away $25,000 worth of gift. I memorize all that stuff. I see more people clapping. That's good. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. So then that happened in 2005 to 2008. I generated millions of dollars. In 2008, lost it all. I used to think that only idiots make money and then lose it. I heard about the people, win a lottery, and then they won $5 million, $10 million. I used to think, how can you actually lose money once you have it? I became that. I lost all the money in 2008. Market crash, we lost all the money. Friends lost all the money. And then we ended up, we ended up buying properties that were supposed to be certain price and crashed. They had the biggest crash. We ended up having a situation where we promoted a big a project, and the gentleman from Toronto, who was a producer, who was a builder, we lost that project. We lost a lot of money. Ontario Security Commission got involved, and we worked with them where they thought that we actually took the money, but it was actually the developer. And then developer ran away to China, and that's where he lives right now. And there are a lot of lessons I learned. When you make lots of money and you lose it all, by the way, we not only lost it all, we went below ground financially. I did not know. Imagine this, you make so much money, and then you go below ground financially, where you don't even know how you're going to pay your next month's bill. What are you going to do at that to make that happen? The money was so scarce. And then when I was growing financially, all my friends, my parents, my relatives, they said, don't do it. Don't do it, Sunil. You know, you have a secure job. Just go get a secure job. Don't risk. Don't invest. Don't go to these events. Don't do all these things. Just get up in the morning, go to work, come back home, do the same thing every day, and then one day when you're 65, government is going to help you. People are going to help you, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I want to say something to you, that if you are happy with that, if that's your success, that's okay. There are a lot of people that I've helped that you saw, some Dan and Dan Dore, Daniel Char. Some people love working full-time, and then they do this part-time. So if you ever thought about making a huge amount of money in real estate, if you ever wanted to make so much money in the entrepreneurship, so one of the things that I want to say to you is that it is very important that you actually give it all. You do everything, whatever it takes. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure that you learn from people who have done it, who are doing it. And that's the main important part for you, is to learn from people who have what you want to have. Very, very important part. Because I used to say that makes sense, but then what did I do? You would go to a bank teller and say, how do I become a millionaire? And the bank teller would tell me how to become a millionaire. So we tend to get advice. Now, my friend Robert Kiyosaki, we bought him 2 events before, and he says the most expensive advice is the advice that you get that is free from your friends to be able to do that. So learn from people that actually are doing really, really, really well. And so, oh, by the way, I want to also say to you is the whole scenario where we lost money and all that kind of stuff, it actually made it to the front cover with Sir Richard Branson. Maybe, I don't know if we can get that up on and if you want to read it, it made it everywhere. But here's the amazing part. Since then, our goal has to make 100 millionaires. And yesterday we had a 19th confirmed multi-millionaire of Private Investment Club. Now, if they don't tell me or we don't know about it, then so we still have 81 millionaires and multi-millionaires to go. And I'm looking for this. I'm looking for you if that's what you want. If money is important to you, if cash flow is important to you, if you want to grow your business, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's full-time or part-time, today is going to change your life. If those are not important to you, today is going to be not the best way to invest your time. I'm sure you can find other ways to do that. If, however, you want to do this, you want to meet some cool people, you want to meet millionaires and multi-millionaires of my club, you want to meet Robert Allen, you want to see Dan Dore, Daniel Char, Paul Gill, Robert Allen. What I'll do is this. If I can get this one on somewhere in the middle, please, the picture that you see. And I'm going to start right off with something that is unbelievable, something amazing for you. And by the way, throughout the day, we're going to be giving away over $25,000 worth of gifts and prizes and things like that. And that's thanks to the sponsors. If you're thinking, hey, we came here for free, how can they do that for free? How can I come in and do all that for free? It's because of the sponsors. It's because of the sponsorships and all that stuff. So here's if you ever wanted to make money and become rich, you want cash flow, you want positive cash flowing stuff, I want to gift this life-changing program, which consists of a digital book, videos, and audios. And this is something that I co-wrote with one of my mentees and friend and partner, Cora Cristobal, and we sell this, like people who have gone through this, they tell me it's life-changing, completely life-changing for them. So if you want to win this, I want to see in the chat for VIPs and Platinum, 1, 2, 3, go. Let me see. Me, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I got it. Yes, 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 me. I would like it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let me see. Let me see. Keep going. I can see you all. By the way, I can watch you guys even though I'm not looking in the back. I have a screen that I can see. Me too, 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 me too. You guys are, let me see here. Yes, please, mess. Yes, yes, me, 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 me. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I don't know how many people are here right now. Maybe I can see them there to a number of people. But here's what I want to do. I want to give 100 of these ones between the two rooms, between VIPs and Platinum. So here's what you're going to do. Here's what you're going to do. Okay, let's get back. Let me see the wonderful people, my audience here, and I'm going to share with you how you're going to get this right now. Once again, if it's, yes, going so fast. Yes, I know. There you go. There you go. By the way, no camera. Yeah, by the way, you have to be on camera. There's no way to win this if you're not on the camera. So, who wants to win? Sarah says, good, Sarah, you won. Sashi? So here's what you're going to do. You guys are going to send a private message right now to Tara at Private Investment Club or PIC. Just find Tara, and if I call your name, you do that right now, okay? One, if you're going to do it, and so I want to see rotation of people, please. Who wants to win? Let me see. Who wants to win? iPad, you won. Again, please change your name. iPad Craig. Who else wants one too? Colleen, Caddy, Ben, James, Carrie, Victor Ho, and Cariel. And by the way, so send it to Tara, private message to Tara at PIC. I see Tara at PIC. Hi Tara, I can see you there. And so give it to Tara and say, just put down Science of Getting Rich or SOGR, Science of Getting Rich. And she will give to the first 100 people. Do that. Sharon, you won too. That's awesome. Great. Here's the thing. Throughout the day, I'm going to give you some amazing people. One more thing I'm going to say, which is going to be life-changing for you completely. The question keeps coming back. Hey, it's a full-day event. You have amazing speakers. Is this a sales pitch? Is this going to be a sell-a-thon? Every speaker that's going to show up here, are they going to sell stuff? The answer is no. We're here today to give you so much value. In fact, we're going to give you some amazing gifts. Now, if you want to buy a book and you want to upgrade to VIP or you want to like small stuff, that's fine. We're talking about this is completely different than from anything you have ever experienced in your life. You want to be wealthy, you want to make money, you want to become wealthy part-time, full-time in real estate or entrepreneurship. You're curious about how the hell did I buy and sell 77 properties the first year? How do some of the people that you see have become millionaires and multimillionaires? You stick around. Money's not important to you. You can please invest your time somewhere else. Today, my guarantee is this. None of the speakers here are going to come in and selling anything to you today. If you want to do something with them afterwards, great. But today, we're going to give you stuff. It's going to be completely life-changing experience. The only thing I ask you is to put 100% of you into this with us, like I'm doing right now. I want you to turn off everything else on Facebook and everything else, unless I ask you to go on Facebook, of course, or your emails and all that. So focus on this completely, and I want you to do really, really well. So how many of you like the fact that you like the idea of giving first before you ever receive? Let me see on the chat box. Let's see. Yes, somebody keeps asking, is Snowden really coming? Yes, he is coming. He's coming. Me. Yes, I would like to give. I like to give. There you go. Of course, me come. Look at that. Look at the chat just going like crazy. You guys are, by the way, energy equals money. This is energy. That's awesome. I enjoy that a lot. So here's what I'm going to do for you today. I've given you this special gift already. This SOGR, Science of Getting Rich program, it is going to change your life, and it's for you, and you're going to get immediate access to it next week. So please allow Tara some time, because obviously to give away, sort out 100 of these, it's going to take some time. Please give her some time to make that happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce you to our next speaker. And our next speaker is, of course, Dan Dore, who you just met. And he's going to come on next. And Dan is a successful real estate investor. And he's been doing it for over 20 years. And he's the founder of Dore Property Management. Now, this is going to be really, really good for you if you want to become a full-time or part-time real estate millionaire. Because without a proper property manager who can help you, it doesn't matter what country you live in. Dan is a extremely wealthy real estate investor, and he owns a property management company. So how do you do this in the times of these chaos? How do you do it ethically, and how do we make it happen? Do we have Dan Dore ready almost? Yes, we have it, Dan Dore ready. And so Dan's going to come in, and he's going to talk about how do you, when you buy a property, how do you hire a right property management company in your area? What should you do? What are some of the things that unethical property managers do, and what should you be asking, and some amazing stuff that he's going to talk about. So what I want you to do is this, and what I want you to do is I'm going to introduce him. I want you to get excited. I want you to give him a hand. We're going to see you all that kind of stuff. And by the way, Ari, I see you, man. Look at that, flexing your muscles. I see you. I see you. Yes. He's flexing his muscles. That's awesome. Jamie, good to see you. Motto. By the way, when I'm looking at you, say hello to me, man. Yes. Let's change some people here. I want to say hello. Kim again, hello. Tareen, hello. Yasmin, she's driving. Good to see you. Lally, nice background. Penny, Patrick. Excuse me. Marta. Jamie, yes. Jay Blanchford. How many of you want to make, I want to hear from you. How many of you want to make a lot of money? Let me see, raise your hands. Let me see. Raise your hands. If you want to make a lot of money, raise your hands. Tareen, I see you. Yes, you do. There. Chances of you making lots of money when you participate is way higher. I'm going to talk about that. So, without further ado, I'm going to have my friend, my mentee, my partner, an amazing human being, Mr. Dan Dore, to the stage. Dan, come on up.
Starting from nothing, Dan Dore built a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio and facilitates real estate ownership. Born and raised in Ottawa, Canada, Dan has been invested in real estate for over 2 decades and is the founder of Dore Property Management. Rated the #1 property management company in Ottawa, and with an A+ accredited rating, Dore Property Management and the Dore team is just getting started. Dore's focus is on helping people benefit from real estate. By using his leverage and resources, property owners and partners see an advantage in the market, giving them peace of mind and time saved. With Dan Dore, it all starts with team culture and high responsiveness as he delivers results and impact with his growth mindset. Joining you today, please welcome Mr. Dan Dore.
There you go.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Me taking this mask off. It'd be good. So, my name is Dan Dore. I am from Ottawa, Canada. I've been invested in real estate for over 20 years. I started a property management company, and I'm proud to say that my team and I, Team Dore, I'm sure you guys are out there listening in, we've helped countless investors with thousands of rentals over the years. And I've since started a company called Dore Capital Group, where we can talk to friends, families, and acquaintances about investing in real estate together. And I saw in the chat coming in, somebody asking, is Dan Dore French? Oui, je parle français. J'habite pas au Québec, j'habite à Ottawa, je suis parfaitement bilingue, et oui, je parle en français. Donc, answers that question. So, on that note, I'm just curious here in the chat, who here actually doesn't own rental property and would like to own property? Just put in the chat if that's you. If you don't own rental property and you're looking hopefully to have somebody, to learn from somebody here, raise your hand, put it in the chat. I'm just curious, who here is actually looking for that value from the people here today? You're looking to find out how to invest in real estate and so on. Good for you. Good. Is there anybody here that actually owns real estate that actually self-manages? I've done that before. Anybody that actually owns maybe a couple of doors and you manage the real estate yourself? Yeah, I see somebody in the back here. Good stuff. And is there anybody, raise your hand if you own real estate and you're being managed by a third-party company. Is there anybody that's in that position? I saw somebody raise their hand, but they got switched. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, here's the deal. Chances are, if you own real estate and you own real estate long enough, there's a likelihood that throughout your career, you'll end up looking for a property manager at some point. Either because you'll hit some vacancy and you'll need help to fill it in, or you'll go through a situation with a tenant and you'll say, never again, I don't want to deal with that anymore. Or perhaps you'll, where am I at? I knew this was going to happen. Overthinking. Or probably you're at a position where you're going to be like me, where you own real estate and you realize that when you self-manage, it wasn't as passive. So how do you go about figuring out how to hire a property manager? So most of you, I think, and this is how we were exposed to a lot of the clients, we get referrals. People who use the company, and then you get referrals, and the people refer you, and then you're able to take it on. Or some people, what they do is they don't have referrals, so they'll Google the company, they'll find somebody that manages rental property, they'll be impressed by their glossy website, and then they'll ask for pricing, and then all of a sudden, without putting any effort into finding out what exactly they do, they actually just go in and start price matching and then select the cheapest property management company out there. And why do I know that? Well, because my company isn't the cheapest property management company out there. And that's just reality. So I'll share with you today 7 nightmares that I've heard from landlords who've actually hired other management companies and decided to revert back to us at some point, and perhaps you can learn from them. So the 7 nightmares of hiring the wrong property management, number 1 is a lot of times you've reached out to companies and they're hard to reach. You can't get them on the phone. They don't call you back. You have my gosh, sorry. So they don't respond to your emails or so on and so forth. And next thing you know, they were the cheapest ones, so you decided to use them anyways. So chances are if you hire this company, that's the service you're going to get going forward. So number 2, in many cases, what ends up happening is you hire a management company, and because you have a vacancy, you want to fill it in, and you get a sense that they don't have any sense of urgency to find you a tenant, to put the property on the market, to do the comparative market analysis, to do the research. And obviously, I've been involved in real estate for over 20 years, and I can tell you for a fact that vacancy is the killer. There's nothing, we didn't talk about any problems in owning rental property, but the reality is if you have any vacancy, that is the toughest thing to to deal with. Number 3, you realize that perhaps you hired a management company and they don't specialize in the types of rental properties that you have. So perhaps they, you have, a $2,000 rental, and they do short-term rentals or bedrooms, or they do condo management, or they do, or heaven forbid, they do commercial management, that type of stuff, and you realize that they're not specialized in the types of real estate that you own. Or number 4 is you find out after a while that the service isn't there, but you realize that they're not stationed in your area, meaning they don't have any boots on the ground. So I've been involved in real estate, and I can tell you for a fact, it's very hard to provide an exceptional service if you don't have people in the area where your real estate is located. Number 5, you hear all of a sudden that they have a policy that they return the service calls within a 48-hour time frame. So essentially what you mean is that you have a tenant that actually submits a service request, and then it takes them 2 business days to actually acknowledge the request. And for those of you who don't know, that's an actual thing. I've seen people do that. I've seen management companies do that. And I don't know about you, but that's definitely not the type of service that I'd want my tenants to receive if I had a property manager. Number 6 is you realize that after 4 o'clock on the weekday, they shut down. And on the weekends, they're not open. Well, owning real estate, I can tell you, doesn't stop just because it's after 4 o'clock. And if somebody's looking to rent a property or they have an issue with their unit, that doesn't stop after business hours. It continues on generally on the weekend at night. And if your management company is not there to be able to service your people, that's problematic. And number 7, I'll qualify number 7. So essentially, if, say for example, I wanted to lose a bit of weight, should I be speaking to somebody, I'd probably reach out to somebody who's, who has the right habits and learn from them, emulate how they do, what they eat, how they exercise, how they conduct themselves, what kind of sleep they have, and so on. So I want to find somebody that has what I would like to have. And if I'd want to learn how to, say, change the oil in my car, I want to speak to somebody who actually does that. Perhaps as a mechanic, they know how to do it, how to tighten up the bolts, and how to lube the filter, how to dispose of the oil. So one of the things that people have told me is that a lot of times what ends up happening is they hired a management company, but then realize this management company doesn't even own rental property, meaning they don't understand the pain points of ownership. Owning property comes with certain pain points. I know. I started my property management company. When I started, I already had real estate. I already knew that the pain points of what I needed to do. So if your management company doesn't own real estate, I'd be sensitive to that. So what questions should you ask yourself? How should you, interview these companies and see if they're a good fit for you? So number 1, check out the reviews. Do they have reviews? If they have a 5-star Google review, how many do they have? If they have 3 reviews and if they've been offering the service for 10 years, that doesn't really give you much. And the reality is that, if in the game of property management, we exist because there are problems. So if you have a few odd negative reviews, it's probably quite normal, because sometimes you're in between situations where you need to make a decision that sometimes the tenant won't be happy with or the landlord won't be happy with, but at the end of the day, a decision needs to be made and it has to respect the Residential Tenancies Act and so on. So number 2, check out their website. Do they have inventory that looks like the stuff that you have, your real estate? So if they have inventory, is it in the right range? Is it the same type of real estate you have? Is it in the same area? Would they be able to service your property? And I've had people say, well, Dan, if I check somebody else's property management website and they have no inventory, isn't that a good thing? That means they have no vacancy. But the reality is, here's reality. If I'm dealing with a management company that actually has inventory and so on, there's a high likelihood that they have a sales team in the back end that actually is specific to handling those vacancies. So if I'm dealing with a management company and they have no people designated to filling vacancies because they only have a few here and there, then generally speaking, you likely won't be getting the type of engagement that you require to make sure that your real estate actually gets filled in. So number 3, how long have they been in business? The reality is when I started my management company, I already own rental property. I knew the pain points. And the problem is a lot of times if they're startups, and no disrespect to startups, I was once a startup too. But if they're a startup and they don't own real estate, there's a very high likelihood that you'll learn the mistakes with them. So that can be problematic. So just be careful. And how easy is it to reach them? So see, when I said at the beginning, a lot of times what ends up happening is they hire a management company, it becomes a nightmare because you can't get a hold of them. Well, there's a chance that if you have a hard time reaching them when you're soliciting them for services, that will continue on after the fact. So you want to make sure that they're easily accessible and that if they can't answer the call, they can't answer the email, that they're on it, they'll get back to you in the shortest time possible. And number 5, trust your gut. Right, trust your gut. The reality is that usually I would highly recommend you meet them in person. But right now we're in the middle of a pandemic. Meeting in person obviously is a no-go. But if you can do a Zoom call, reach out to them. Are they personable? If you had issues with them, would they, would that be the types of people you'd want to be able to, to get a good outcome out of? So trust your gut. See, I've been in real estate for over 20 years. I can tell you one thing. Property management is a lot more about relationships than it is about real estate. Relationships with your tenants, your vendors, and the landlords, as well as neighbors and so on. So it's really about relationships. So from there, if I, and the reality is nobody's perfect. I've made mistakes, we've all made mistakes, and I'll share a couple of stories really quickly to give you an idea. So many years ago, I meet up a new owner at a property, and it was raining. And while we were looking at his property, we noticed that the eaves drops, the rain's coming right off, and then he realizes, he tells me, he says, you know what? There's this mature tree right next to this property, and every season, all the leaves are actually clogged these leaves drops, and we have to clean it out. And he says, one day I'm gonna cut down that tree. So fair enough. Fast forward a few years, he's driven by his property, sends me an email, says, you know, Dan, I'd like to get a quote on cutting a tree. Fair enough. We get a quote, send him the quote, approves the quote, we get the tree cut down, everybody's happy. So fast forward a few months after the fact, and I meet the owner at the property to view the condition of the unit. And as we're walking away, he walks by where this tree was, and he says, Dan, he says, where's my tree? So I thought he was kidding. So I said, well, I got it cut down and I sold it for cash. And he says, no, I'm serious, Dan, where's my tree? I said, you're kidding, right? He said, you asked me to get a quote and get it cut, and we got it cut down. So he says, no. That's not the tree I wanted cut. I wanted that dead tree over there cut. Oh. So this was like a 30-year-old mature tree, and obviously it's been cut down. It's not like I can just fix it. So right away he says, well, maybe you should check with the people who cut the tree down and make sure, that there wasn't a misunderstanding. I said, I don't need to reach out to anybody. I'm the one that came here and actually pointed to this tree based on our conversation from a few years ago, thinking you wanted this tree cut down. And he says, well, maybe I'll check my email. Maybe I wasn't clear on what I instructed you to do. And I'm like, listen, hang on a second. If it wasn't clear to me, I should have asked. I obviously assume that this is the tree you want to cut down, so I'm not going to try to blame it on anybody. I'm not going to try to, push the blame. I obviously made the mistake. So I did the right thing, owned up to it, and we made an agreement several days later to address the issue. And then on the second story I had, and this is an event about doing the right thing, right? So we had another situation where I had a property that was that we inherited. The owner was out of the country, and the property had been vacant for several months, and they had their parents trying to fill in the vacancy, and they hadn't succeeded. So they hired us. We put the property on the market, and right away we get a lead on it, and the gentleman comes and sees the house, goes through the property very quickly, and at the end of the viewing, he hands me over $4,000 in cash, and he says, when can I get the keys? You still have to go through the rental application and be approved. So he says to me, he said, well, why? There's no risk for you. I'm giving you the cash. I said, no. Actually, I prefer you not give me cash. And you got to fill in the rental application so we can go through it. So that evening, I reach out to the owner, and the owner's all excited because there's a lien on her property. And she tells me, Dan, go ahead and just sign the lease. I said, well, we need to go through the rental application, because even though he can give you first and last month's rent, if we can't make sure that he's the right fit, that we're even dealing with the person that we think we are, it could be very problematic for you going forward. So she essentially tells me, listen, this property's been vacant for several months. I'm practically ordering you to sign this lease. So I'm like, okay, well, hang on a second. So I said, well, listen, if you absolutely want me to do that, I will. But just so you understand how important I think it is to go through the research, I'll have you sign a disclaimer that we very highly recommend you not proceed this way without going through the research. So she kind of grudgingly agreed to allow us to go through the research, and I said, give me 24 hours so we can go through the information. So we went through the information. Clearly, the information we were given was not incorrect. None of it made sense. And so we gave the money back to the tenant and essentially explained to the owner she's quite happy that we didn't proceed because the information we'd been provided was completely unverifiable, and the stuff that we're able to verify was inaccurate, to put it mildly. But on the purposes of ethics and doing the right thing, I had been instructed by the owner to sign this lease. I had a willing tenant. I could have easily just signed the lease, collected the commission, and hope for the best. But I don't know about you. I like to sleep at night. And clearly, you're going to hear Edward Snowden later on speak about what he did. And obviously, we're not talking about the same level. But I'm asking you, when you conduct business, it would have been very easy for me to just say yes. And everybody was telling me to do that. But I knew it wasn't right to do that without going through the proper channels. So on that note, those are a couple of stories I wanted to share with you on proper ethics and dealing with property management and so on and so forth. And I'm just curious here, who would actually like to win a $500 Amazon gift card? Anybody want to win a $500 Amazon gift card? Right? I see a lot of people seem they don't want to win. I can see you. Brent, I can see you. Denise, I can see you. Paul, I can see you. So fair enough. So there should be a link in the chat box that you're to put in. Hopefully the team can put it in. Yes, I see it there. So everybody that actually, I have a report with my talk about the 7 nightmares that owners have experienced when hiring the wrong property management team. And I've actually added a few other nightmares in there to give you additional value. So if you download the link now, you're automatically going to be entered to win the $500 Amazon gift card that we're going to draw at the beginning of the week. So we want to make sure we get everybody to do that. And on top of that as well, you'll also be on my notification list because I just wrote my first book called Boost. Turbocharge your cash flow when hiring the right property management company. So I have this book. It's going to be released in the next few months. And everybody that actually takes the link in is going to be notified before anybody else when it comes out on the market. And then that way, hopefully I can provide value with there, and there'll be deep discounts to be able to do so. And on that note, my name is Dan Doré. And sorry, a bit of stumbles there at the beginning, but it is what it is. Have a great day, and you're in for a really great rest of seminar. Thank you.
All right, Dan, good job. I'm going to address a couple of things here, but before I do, I got Dan's new book coming out, and what I did was I bought Dan's 100 copies, the physical copies of Dan Doré's book, and what I'm going to do is, if some of you want that, who would want to win this book for property management if you're in real estate? Who would want to do that? Okay, Ben, Aurea, Mark. Can I have a chat, please, back here in the middle somewhere? Who else would want to win this book? Derek, that's great. Hey, Angelo, good to see you. Who else wants to win it? Monica, Christian, Pramod, Gregory, Sarah, Pawn, great. Hassan, you guys are going fast. Whoa. If you're Canadian, yes. All right, here's what you do. We're going to make sure that 100 people are going to win this book. Just send a private message to Tara at PIC. We'll make sure that comes in. So if I can get somebody take this book for me, that'd be awesome. And the second thing is that we have Mr. Robert G. Allen. I talked about the story, how I left the police force, and I bought a course, and I paid $5,000 for that course. and that course changed my life. And then several years later, Robert Allen and I met, and now we're friends, we're partners, we train together, and currently we're working together as well. And he's going to be here for the next 20 minutes, and that's awesome. So all of you want to win, that's great. And what we're going to do is throughout the day, as I indicated to you, we're going to be giving away amazing gifts. If being in real estate is not important to you, if you don't want to be in business, you don't like real estate, you don't want to do any of that, please, this is not going to be a good day for you to invest. You should invest your time somewhere else. So if you are wanting to invest in real estate, you want to grow, you want to be successful, then be here. If you're just here for that and you're not interested in real estate, you're not interested in entrepreneurship, this is not going to be very valuable for you. If you are, it is going to be valuable for you as well. Bob, how are you?
Hey, Sunil.
Good to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, look at that. We have amazing number of people on, and we have a lot of people. They know about you now. You're even more popular than before. Say hello to everybody. Bob?
Hello, everybody.
and Bob, you know your course changed the course of my life when I left the police force, and you're a member of my club, which is awesome. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and then I'll get off the stage and you do your thing for 20 minutes.
All right, thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this magnificent event. You know, all of us who are entrepreneurs, we need to educate ourselves constantly because the world is changing so quickly. And I want to congratulate Sunil on what he does with the Private Investment Club. This PIC group is just fantastic. And then, of course, he has these trainings like these where for free you can learn from the best minds, and I'm going to put myself on that list. You know, I started when I was younger, and I started investing in real estate, and then I became very famous in the United States and Canada investing in real estate. So my first book was called Nothing Down. Second book was Creating Wealth, both #1 New York Times bestsellers. Some of you might have those books in your calendar, in your library. The 1 Minute Millionaire is another one that I've written. So I've reached millions of people all around the world. In fact, in the last 10 years, I've really been doing international speaking. And so in the United States and Canada, I've not been here all that present. I've been in Russia and China and Singapore and Japan and Australia and Italy and all over the world. And guess what happens when COVID comes along? It kind of shuts that down. So we get to talk on Zoom, which is kind of great, isn't it? Because rather than me flying 16 hours to go to Hong Kong, I can just be right here and talk to you. So Sunil, what you do with your trainings are just magnificent. And
Thank you.
The way you coach and train people, I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm very, very proud of being a part of what you do, being a member of PIC, and being able to share my message.
Awesome.
And my message is exactly, Sunil. You're amazing.
Thank you, Bob.
And look at what Sunil has accomplished. You know, he spent this $5,000, 10 years ago, and then just went nuts. Just wow, just exploded in growth. And we're going to talk about that here today. We're going to talk about the creation of wealth. We're going to talk about the expansion of wealth, and we're going to talk about the perpetuation of wealth. So, Sunil, congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk to your people.
Awesome, and I'll leave you to it and everybody, and Bob's going to be, please help them generate wealth, and I'll just get off the stage and I'll be back in about 18 minutes or so.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. As you can see, I drew this out here this morning, really simple. I want you to draw a line on a blank piece of paper in front of you, a line from 0 to 100, and this represents your life. With 0, and some of you are going to be in the first third of your life, ages 0 to 30. Some of you are going to be from 30 to 60, and some of you are going to be from 60 to 100 plus. And I'm 72, so I'm in this section right here. So for me, legacy is extremely important because I realize I'm not going to be here probably beyond 100, and I need to leave a legacy from my website, robertallen.com. I need to have be people long after I'm here still being able to be taught the message of wealth. And so this is where I got myself started in the creation of wealth. And you might be in that segment right now. If you are, then the most important thing you can focus on is what I call clarity. What do you want? When do you want it? How much of it do you want? Who is going to help you get it? And when you get it, who are you going to give it to and you share it with? And then, why do you want this? And then finally, the weakest question of the 7 questions is how? How are you going to do it? And if you don't answer those first 6 questions, with clarity, then the how is a fuzzy question. And we're always looking for how are we going to do this, and how are we going to find that real estate deals for nothing down, and how are we going to make some money this year? But if you don't answer the first 6 questions, then the how is a difficult conversation. You need to know why you're doing this, and what motivates you, what pushes you. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Why do you want to be financially free? What do you really, really, really want? Now, I knew what I wanted when I graduated from college, couldn't find a job, decided to go into investing in real estate, made my first million in less than 5 years because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted to be financially free. And I got it. I did it. And then I decided, I did it for myself. I wonder if I can help other people do that. So that's why I wrote my books, and they became #1 New York Times bestsellers. So I knew what I wanted. And so I want you to do that. I want you to know what your financial freedom number is. Don't set too big of a goal for yourself. Set what I call your financial freedom number. If you could live modestly in a modest home, driving a modest car, having a modest lifestyle, and all your bills were paid so that you didn't have to go out the door and chase the money, but the money was flowing into your life in a modest way. I don't want you to think like I want a multi-million-dollar home and I want to drive the fanciest car in the world. Just drive an ordinary, simple car and be financially free. I did not do that for myself. And I wish I had. I went immediately out and bought all the fancy stuff. And it was expensive. And frankly, it was a mistake. And so in my lifetime, as I look back on it for you, I want you to get your financial freedom number down and get that in this first section. Now, the book that I wrote about that's called The Challenge. That means how I went to an unemployment line and selected people who were in this creation of wealth phase. And I taught them with no money, no cash, no credit, no job, no nothing, how they could start make $5,000 in 90 days. Now, that book is called The Challenge. It's one of my favorite books. I want to give it to you. I'm going to give this to you. And I want you to read it because it teaches the mindset about money and the technique about how you buy real estate with little or no money down. Even if you have no cash, no credit, no job, no nothing. I mean, I'm the guy that they sent me to San Francisco. I met with the LA Times and they said, Robert, we challenge you. We don't think you can buy property with nothing down. I said, send me Danny City, take away my wallet, give me a $100 bill. And in 72 hours, I'll buy an excellent piece of real estate. And they took me to San Francisco, took away my wallet, the Los Angeles Times, and about 7 properties in 57 hours. They only reported 6, but I bought 7. And so I was trying to prove that wealth is not what the banker tells you it is, like cash, credit, cash flow, collateral, all that stuff you need to put on your application to borrow money. Wealth is your creativity, it's your courage, it's your commitment, it's your chutzpah, that's a C word. It's your decision to go do it and to be committed to go for it. So that's what we call the creation of wealth stage. But when you go into expansion, don't do just one way of making money, whether it's real estate, for instance. Yeah, get some real estate and get a lot of it. But you need multiple streams of residual income. You don't need just real estate and multiple streams from just real estate. Because what happens when the market tanks? And it does. It goes in cycles. And right now we're in a hot cycle. Everybody wants to buy, at least in America here. You put a house on the marketplace and it's gone in a week. Whereas, a few years ago, it was gone in 6 months. And guess what? It'll be hot for a while and then it'll go cold. And you need to make sure that whatever extra streams of income you do are recession proof. So that's why if you've got multiple streams of income from the stock market, from the internet, from a small business you might own, multiple ways of bringing money in the door, that in this expansion phase, you are solidifying and you're creating a portfolio of streams of income that flow into your life. If one stream dies, you still have other streams. And people who bought only real estate 2008, 2009, 2010, they lost it all. And they had to start all over again because they didn't have residual streams of multiple streams of residual income. Residual means making money while you sleep. And therefore, there are a million ways you can make money, but you have to focus only on the types of businesses that generate residual income, that generate customers that keep buying from you over and over and over again, which is why you like real estate, because people need it and they have to pay you every month to get it. That's residual income. And there are a lot of other businesses that can do that for you. And the book that most people get stuck on, the book is called The Four Maps. And the Four Maps is what I've learned about success in my career. Most people get into multiple streams of income and they get overwhelmed. And you can't be overwhelmed if you want to succeed. You have to be clear about what you want and clear about what you don't want. And you're going to only select 3 streams of income, 3 projects, money projects you're going to work on. And most people have 20, 30 ways of making money. And I'm going to tell you to focus on only 3 and go get them. As I say, man who chases, 2 rabbits loses both. So first I want you to chase one rabbit in your creation phase there and catch it and have multiple streams of income from it. Then you add another rabbit and catch that rabbit, and then add a third rabbit and catch that. In other words, make them work. If you're doing them simultaneously, it's like you end up with nothing. I want you to get your streams of income flowing into your life. And so that's the multiple streams of income phase. And that's what we call the expansion of wealth phase. And that's where some of you are right now. And some of you are in jobs you hate. And so you're saying, how do I get out of this job? Well, you're going to have to go into the creation of wealth stage, where you have to go into becoming an entrepreneur. And very few people are entrepreneurs. Frankly, it's 1 in 7 in North America. 1 in 7 are entrepreneurs who are just driven by this desire to be free. And 6 in 7 people that you look at in the street, they are employee minded and they think security minded, and they want to make small, slow money, and they want to be secure and they want to be safe. And entrepreneurs are very different. In fact, you're probably married a spouse that's different than you. It's hard to explain as an entrepreneur. I want to be financially free. I want to make the decisions. I want to be the boss, and most people don't get that. They don't get how different we are. And so as an entrepreneur, I imagine you're an entrepreneur. You've got to be willing to create wealth, to expand it. And then finally, that third phase is what I call the perpetuation of wealth. And some of you might be there right now. That's where I'm at right now. And I'm into legacy. And so in order for you to create wealth in your life, you have to kind of go through these phases. And these phases are natural. They kind of flow from one to the other to the other. I don't know where you are, but you have to get solid on where you are and make sure you form a strong foundation of where you are, so that if you're creating wealth and now you're solid and you've created it and the streams of income are flowing into your financial freedom number, then as you go into expansion of wealth, you add another stream of income. And then next year you add another one. And you should have at least 3 separate side hustles, as they call it, as the young guys call it, young gals. The side hustle. So you need these side hustles until till you're making more money from your side hustles than you're making from your current job, if that's what you're doing as an employee. And then you quit your job, and then you just focus on what you want to do. The final perpetuation of wealth I want to give you a secret gift that I cannot say it online because I can't. So let's put it this way. I want to give you 3 gifts today. I want to give it to you in the different phases of your life. So some of you are going to get a copy of The Challenge, if that's where you are, talking about creating wealth. And that's a book, that's a full book. It's a digital book that I'll be sending you. And number 2, I want you to have a copy of what I call the 4 Maps of Happy, Successful People. Sunil has published that in Canada. Many of you might have already received it. But what you haven't received is the video course on how to do the 4 maps, which I'm going to give you with hundreds of dollars worth of value. Is free today, because my gift, to my purpose in life is to create enlightened entrepreneurs. And therefore, that's what I'm doing here today. A few of you are going to respond to this. And then finally, there's a secret gift that'll blow you away. How do you get it? Well, you just go online to robertallen.com and sign up on that website, robertallen.com. And there's a place to just sign up and put your email in this. And everybody that signs up today, I'm going to send these gifts to. If you sign up tomorrow, nope, ain't going to happen. You got to do it today. Go to robertallen.com today. Now, if you're trying to communicate with me directly because you decide you want to get these things more clearly, my email address is connect@robertallen.com. Comes directly to me. And today, I only have a few minutes to share with you. What I hope I've done in these few minutes is to expand your mind and give you the ability to get clear on what you want and to go get it, because the opportunities are unbelievable in the world today. There's money everywhere. There's financial freedom everywhere. And I know some of you might be struggling with that. You might be saying, it's so hard to figure it out. What you're doing with Sunil is you're learning how to be mentored by the best. And he is the best. If you're in the location where you're close to where he's at, you need to see him. You see how he operates. But some of you are going to be mentored by him. And some of you are going to get some of these free gifts that I'm going to give you, and this secret gift I'm going to give you. Regardless of whether you get these gifts or not, just make a decision today that today, what's it today? The 24th, 22nd, 23rd of April, whatever it is, 2021. This is the day you decided, you committed, you decided what your financial freedom number is. Now go make it happen. That's my short, simple message to everybody. Sunil, I'm honored for the opportunity to be able to share a brief message with your wonderful people. You attract the best people.
Thank you,
Sunil.
Thank you,
And
Robert.
So I turn the time back to you. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Thank you for being here, everybody. Let's give him a hand. Let me see that. Let's give him a hand, everybody. Yes, there you go. There you go. That's awesome. I can see you guys.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Bob.
All right, we'll see ya, Sunil. Bye-bye.
See ya. And most of you have seen this. I'm not, if you're seeing this, it's a 24-karat gold note that I carry, and it's $1 million gold note because our goal is to make 100 millionaires. We have the golden coin that says, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm a money magnet. And then we have a silver coin that says, I am financially free, and I'm strong, able, and calm. And I keep this to brainwire myself for massive success. So those of you, I see Jay showing hers. If you have it, hi Andrew, good to see you, both of you. Raju, good to see you as well. Jay Blanchford. Now, if you do not have this, silver coin, raise your hands. Let me see. And if we can, yes, Tareen doesn't have it. Polis doesn't have it. Louisa, Polis, you got it. Mark, you got it. And is it Oriani Michael? You have won it. Yes, you have won it. Sharon, you got it. Zandra, Louisa, you got it. Who else? Let's do it. Zoltan, good to see you. Zoltan, good to see you. James, good to see you. You won too. And let's do something else. Those of you who wondered what's happening with the 77 properties. How did I do that? I wrote a book with Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul, and it's called The Success Secret. This is an audio book. You're going to get that. How many of you want to win this? Let's say if you don't have it. How many of you want to win it? Yes, Jamie got it. That's it. That's it. George, Diana, Keith, Atika, Sarab. Hey, Sarab, good to see you. Good to see you, Sarab. Who else? Who else? Shashi, good to see you as well up there. Let's see up here. D, good to see you. That you got it too? Let's see. And now what I'm going to do is once we come back is if somebody can tell me about the timer, because I should know what time I have, please. So here's the thing. I'm going to give away some gift certificates as well. We'll give away an actual real gold, the gold coin, the $1 million gold note as well. And right now, I'm going to give away, it says $20. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you $50 of gift certificate from my company. You can buy books and audiobooks or whatever. You can use that towards that. So now I want you guys to rotate the time, people. So I want to see, even if you're a member, who wants to win a $50 gift certificate? Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Yes, yes. Mark, you got it. Who else said? Raju, you got it. Robert. Margaret. Who else? Who else? Atika. By the way, if you don't move, you don't get it. Okay, Oraya. Mike, you got it. Yes, you got it. Good to see you. Yes, there, you got it. Michelle, you got it. Zandra, you got it. Look at these people. David, good to see you, David, my good friend. Heidi, good to see you. You got it. Doa, up there. Doa, you got it. Jamie. Simon, how you doing, Simon? Good to see you. CNC, I'm not too sure. Who else? Gwen. Christelle. Who else? Tiger, you won, buddy. Good to see you, Tiger. There's a lady called Didi. Hi, Didi. Joseph, good to see you. Boom. Who else wins it? Kathleen, high five. You won. AC, boom. Victor, good to see you. Boom, you got it. Saeed, you got it. Sanjay, and okay, Kayla, good to see you, Kayla. Who else is there? Let me see. Narman, boom. Sarah, boom. You got it, $50. Sabrina, all you're gonna do is this. Okay, Andrew and Katie. There's Katie. Oh. You? Yeah? Tammy Tayo? Boom. Zorig. Boom. You got it. $50 gift certificate for all of you. April, this is the month of April, and April you won too. April Simons, you won. Kirabel, boom, you won. Okay, I know you guys gonna you want me to keep giving money, I know that. I know you guys want. By the way, it's a gift certificate you get from Private Investment Club. You have to send a private message to TARA@PIC to win this, by the way. So you need to do that to win it. Where else? Good. I see Francine with this little girl. That's awesome. You're making them come to this event young. Albert, Bello, I like your background, man, with the motorcycle. Brent, I guess you did parachute, or you like parachute. That's awesome. Good to see you. Colleen, yes, Colleen. Boom. Good to see you. All right, let's go back. Oh, man. Let's go. Okay, I want to show my slide, please. Maybe we can put it in the middle somewhere, or one side we can have. Okay, so still the slide shows. Okay, one behind. All right. Tomorrow we'll have a Millionaire Mastermind. We're going to talk about how do you generate $100,000 part-time with PIC, how to take advantage of the biggest crash coming, how to get access to over $1 million now if you're in real estate, how to buy properties with no money down, and how to become a PIC millionaire during COVID. Very, very, very important aspect of that. And here's a biggest saying that I say, I can't afford it is the biggest virus installed into us. I cannot afford it is the biggest virus if you want to become wealthy. All right, good. Now, what I want to do is this. If you're not extremely wealthy, let's move this around one side and let's get some people here. So I want to see, we're going to do a little game here. And if you're doing a game, and in your chat box, I want you to fill in the blank. Money, when you were growing up, not now maybe, but when you were growing up, what were you told? Money is the root of all? Put in the chat box. All what? Evil, evil, evil. What else? Yes. Evil. All right. And we something can't afford it. What should go in there? We what? What else can somebody move the chat box? Oh, there's some. Yes, can't afford it. Money's root of all evil, right? Money doesn't grow. I gave you the stuff. Money doesn't grow on trees. Be seen not. Be seen not. Heard. There you go. You got it. Rich people are. I want to hear this. What do you guys were told when you were growing up? Rich people are what? Evil, useless, selfish, corrupt, mean. All right. How about this? So here, some of the. We all know it, and we are all over the world. I was told rich people are bad, and money doesn't grow on trees, and all that kind of stuff. Let's do one more. When about the money, my parents and my uncles, my family, they say, don't be, what do you think they said to me all the time? Don't be, starts with G. Ridiculous, okay, greedy, wasteful. Greedy was the one. And turn something, the lights. What do the parents do? Turn off the lights. You got it. Love is more important than money. Okay. Which would you rather have, love or money? Don't talk to strangers. And something, what corrupts? Power, okay. Well, how do you get power? More? Money. Government, okay. Politicians, money. Good. So how come all of us from all over the world have these answers? Is because we've been brainwired to actually do this. And so love is more important than money, but why do we have to choose between the two? Why can't we have both? Why would we even ask, what would you rather have, love or money? Why would we say, hey, would you like both? Why would we not want to talk to strangers? But like I know when we were growing up, like my parents and grandparents, when they were growing up, maybe there were situations where you shouldn't be talking to strangers, but strangers are the only way for you to grow and make money. If you don't talk to strangers, you don't meet strangers, there is no business. Try selling your products to your mom and dad and your uncles. See if they, spend lots of money with you. It's the strangers that you need to help to make money. So don't talk to strangers, and money corrupts. Look, if you are a corrupted person, you're a bad person, money's going to help you become worse. If you are a good person, it's going to help you become even better. Money can corrupt, not money corrupts. People who have no money can also be corrupted. So if you go back to this, money is the root of all evil. When I was a police officer, sometimes I saw no money or lack of money became root of all the bad things that kind of happened. So if somebody didn't have enough food, it was too cold outside, they didn't have a shelter, and then they broke into some place, that was done because they didn't have the resource. Money is just a resource to be able to do that. So I want you to know that we've been brainwired for that. And how do you know that you've been brainwired for some of these? You've been infected with a virus that is way more, 100 times more worse than COVID-19 from a success, money, growth point of view. How do you know that? How do you know? Let me see on the chat box. How do you know that you have been infected even today? No doubt. Keep going. What else? Why do you know that may be how you've been infected? Go ahead. I want to see it on the chat box. Keep going. I feel guilty. We've been brainwashed because I'm scared. 1,000 blockage. Yes. One more thing. Bank account isn't huge. That's right. Result of failed ventures. That's right. Your results are showing what you think. If you tell me you think one thing but you do the other, that's what that is per se. All right, so how do you make lots of money? I'm going to go over if you look at some of my millionaires and multimillionaires, and if you are thinking about how to do this, one of the things you should do is think about how do I leverage, how do I use other people, and then fill in the blank. So in this case, we all know other people's money. When you get a mortgage, it's other people's money. The other people's clients, other people's list, other people's relationships, other people's products and offers, systems, movements, time, leverage. And of course, in my case, the OPC also stood for Ontario Police College, and OPC stood for Ontario Provincial Police. Actually, should be OPP there. So OPM, OPO, and other people's clients are very, very, very important because there's no way you can do it on your own. That's the main thing to understand. So how do you become extremely wealthy? You buy assets that generate passive income and then repeat. So most people, when I was growing up, I was taught that actually what you do is you actually make money by working really, really hard, not by being, let's say, asset rich, but by working for the rest of your life. With the assets, what you're going to find is that assets are the ones that you can work hard for, let's say, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But after that, allow the assets to work with you to make that happen. And so this is an example of, let's say you have assets that you could either use today, kill it and use it today, or keep them and have the eggs coming in on a monthly, daily basis. So that's the cash flow coming in. So from now on, very, very important thing for you to do. Make your money work for you. That's right. Thank you for that, April. And Brent said hard work and determination. That's Angelica. That's great. Do not buy things that rust, rot, or depreciate. Thank you. That is April again. That's awesome. So all right. Some of the stuff that some of our members have been able to help us, support us, and grow to the next level is that we've been able to help some of the charities that you see. This is the I'm a Girl charity. I don't see that. I see it over there, but I don't see it here. Now I do. Let's see. And we were so happy. We had about 1,800 girls in Africa helped out with their stuff. The reason I share with you is this. A lot of people tell me money's not important, or I don't want to be rich. Maybe you do want to be wealthy. Maybe you do want that resource because maybe you have a cause that you want to help with. So we can do that. And then we did the eye surgeries in India. And this is something that I personally went and looked at. And they did over 100 and some odd surgeries in 2019. And about less than a month ago, we did other 93 people got their eye surgeries done in India. And as you can see, there's a letter that shows March 4th to 6th. And there was 93 people that got the gift of eyesight in India, even during the COVID-19. So if you have a cause, a lot of times I hear people is like, I don't need the money. I just want the entertainment. I just want to have fun and attend these events for just fun and all that stuff. I don't want to make money and all that kind of stuff. Well, maybe you want to do it for other people. Maybe you want to do it because you have a cause to make that happen. Okay? So empower with that. Our team recently, we planted over 12,000 trees. Again, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because you can actually do this yourself. You can actually, or jump in with somebody where you can help with a bigger cause to make that happen. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we're going to think about, okay, we need to make money, but do you make money just for yourself, or do you make money for others as well? And I want to suggest to you is that it feels really, really, really good making money to help the world. And here's another thing. When I started the business many, many years ago, I was like everybody else. I made a lot of mistakes. I also focused on how do I make money? That's it. How do I make the next sale? How do I make money and all that stuff? It wasn't until I basically said, how do you help the world? How do you help the people to the level that they want to be helped and give double the value, that our company grew to the next level to where we are today, and being able to help so many people become wealthy. So later on today, I talked about the giveaways. You know, we have the $500 amazing Amazon gift certificate that is given by Dan Dore. Thanks for our sponsors. This is how it works. Sponsors pay to help you to make that happen. Gold certificate, educational materials, and books. All right, let's see. So you know how Robert Allen came and he changed my life completely? All members should have this course that I took from Robert Allen in 2005. You should have this. It talks about how do you buy properties, no money down. Well, you can do this full-time or part-time. How do you make that happen? It's available. And how to raise capital. How to raise capital. How much is this for this one? You can get access to it for absolutely free cost. Remember today, I'm giving you everything. We're going to give you everything. And we're not selling. We're not doing any of that stuff because I really want to share with you first the value. Once you get the value, perhaps you and I could work together, do business together, and do all that stuff. Right now, this is free for you as well. What else is there? Let's see. Audiobook. It's called Achieve audiobook. Now, if you do not have this book, by the way, if you're a member, by the way, you absolutely should have this and listen to it as many times as you can. It was How Did I Raise Money for the 77 Properties the First Year. This is the book called Achieve, and this is with Robert G. Allen, and you get access to it absolutely free. You don't have to pay the $20. It's included for you just being here today. And I want to give all these things to you because I want to be able to change everything for you, change your life. If it's important to you. If it's not important to you, you don't want to raise money, you don't want to have access to money, you don't want to have investors, or you don't want to grow your business, this is not important to you, please don't get it. But if it is, let's do that. Also, small token of real gold. It's 24 karat gold, and one of you are going to win that today. And today, also, I would like you to start. Let's rotate. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Paul, you got a $50 gift certificate, man. You got a $50 gift certificate. They got a coin. That's awesome. Jay Blanchard, that's good. Jeremy, good to see you. Let's wave one more time. Let me say hello to you guys. Oh, that's frozen a little bit. Let's do it this way. Sonia, good to see you. Paul, good to see you. Sarab, Denise, Katie, if you didn't get $50, you get a $50. Franklin, hey, good to see you. Stephen, good to see you, man. Yes, awesome. Sadhna, good to see you. Jay, good to see you again. James. Saeed is dancing. All right. April, she's awesome, enjoying. And Sarah, you won $50 gift certificate. Karubel, you won $50. And hi, Katie. Hi, Kim again. Kim, you got $50 as well. Kim, there you go. Enjoy. Kim, bookkeeper in Ontario. Who else? Doina, Doina. Good to see you. $50 for you as well. Let's see. Kathy, Jay Blanchard, yeah, you. Boom, you got it. You got it. AC. And Kathleen Candy, $50 for you. There you go. Oh. You guys are on the bright spotlight now. Let's see, what else? That's awesome. Let's rotate. Dante. Good to see you, man. Boom. Jeremy, boom. $50 for you. Good to see you. You guys are awesome. Matthew, you got the thumbs up? Oh, he left. That's okay. Jamie, you're back? Where are you, Matthew? There he is. He's gone. Jamie, good to see you. and Penny. All right, make sure you send, remember, when you win anything, make sure you send it to Tara, private message. That's the only way you're going to get it. Tara's not going to be able to remember all the names I said. I'm just so crazy. I go fast and I give so many gifts. In fact, a lot of my team, they don't even understand why we're doing this so quickly, so then we can give it to more people, all that kind of stuff. Paul, good to see you. I like your smile there. That's awesome. Jay, good to see you. Good smile as well. That's awesome. By the way, if you are in Canada, I have a $25 gift certificate from Petro Canada for you. Who wants it? Who wants it? If you're in Canada. If you're in Canada, who wants it? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Sonia, you can't have it. Jasmine, you got it. It's yours. Jasmine, that's it. You got it. Congrats. Make sure you reach out. All right, let's start with this. Most of the time, people start with education. That's a starting point, by the way. Education is absolutely the starting point. So you have access to education. But it's the education that we're talking about during when you become an adult, let's say. The education I'm talking about is self-education or seminars that you go to. You can start with the normal schooling, but you become rich by going to, when you're done with normal schooling, that's not when you're done. You actually start at that time. So access to education, the type I'm talking about, is you go to places where the teacher or the mentor or the trainer is what you want to become. So he or she has the results that you want to have, not necessarily somebody who read the book and they're teaching you that. So that's the education that makes you rich to make that happen. Now there's many, many people who have earned $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, $5 million, $10 million. And I'm sharing with you some of the formula for you to do that. Now, if you ever thought about I really want to be wealthy, first thing you're going to have is you're going to have a lot of negative people. Negative people are going to tell you can't do it, or it's a scam, or don't do it, or it's not worth it, or money's not important, and all that kind of stuff. There are going to be a lot of people. We see, when I left the police force the first year, when I was leaving my job, I must have had almost everybody telling me, don't do it. It's wrong, it's scam, all they want is your money, all you want to do that stuff like that. Those are people that don't have it. And the ones who do not have it, they tend to bring the other people down like the crabs. I want you to be careful with those people. Don't hang out with negative people. Leave them. Even if you have to leave them and temporarily it's hard for you to do it, find people that want what you want, find people that support you, and find people that want to help you grow to the next level. In fact, they want to pull you up to the next level, and you will naturally find, if you want to be negative, you want to be unhappy, you want to be unsuccessful, no need to do any of that stuff. You don't need to invest in yourself. You don't need to do anything. It happens automatically for us. So when you find negative people, they are worse than the worst poison you can have. You need to get them out of your life and choose your people that you want to work with, investors that you want to work with, mentors that you want to have. You don't want to have a negative mentor that tells you can't do anything, or you're not going to amount to anything and all that stuff, which we have been all our lives. In fact, when I left the police force, one of the things that I want to share with you is that you would think that everybody wanted me to be successful. But what I found was actually everybody, even the people who loved me, did not want me to go to these events. They did not want me to do anything because they thought they're helping me by telling me don't do it. The fact that they love me, that's why don't do it. And remember, if everybody, when you are growing to the next level, if everybody's telling you don't do it, it's a bad thing. You can't do it. You're not going to amount to anything. It will never work out. If it worked, how come it's not working for everybody else? Don't even do it. That means you're going the right way. If majority of the people are telling you you can't do it, if your parents are telling you, your spouse is telling you, your friends are telling you, that means you're going the right way. If everybody's telling you, "Atta boy, great job, amazing work, you're going to amount to the majority of the regular people are telling you that that means that you're probably going the wrong way from the direction that you want. Now, not everybody wants to be rich. So the people who don't want to be rich, they're going to tell you that you should not be rich as well. And my thing is very simple. If you don't get rich to the point that you want to be rich, if you don't get wealthy to the point that you want to be wealthy, you're selfish. If you want to be a doctor and you don't become a doctor, and that's what you want to do, you're selfish. If you want to play guitar, and that's all you wanted to do, something you want to do, and that's your gift to the world, and you don't pursue that, you're selfish. If you want to have $10 million in your account so you can help a lot of people, you can give back, you can provide employment, and you don't do it, you're selfish. If you don't become rich to the level that you want to, and you give up, then you're selfish. I want you to pursue your dreams. So that's going to help a lot of people. Starts with education, the right education. The next level of is access to opportunity. When I was a uniform officer, I wanted to become a police detective, and I asked a police detective. I said, "Can you mentor me? Can I hang out with you? Can I go on cases with you and all that kind of stuff?" And one day he said, "Do you know what's the difference between you and I?" And the point here with him was, it's the opportunities that we miss all the time. In this case, its opportunities could be attracting your clients. It could be great real estate deals. It could be below market value properties. It could be properties that produce cash flow. It could be assets other than real estate that could be something that you're looking after. So having access to opportunities are very, very, very important. And towards the end of the day today, and then of course tomorrow at the VIP session, you're going to have the time, more so tomorrow at least, have a Q&A with me and ask those questions, anything that you need. Next is access to money. Now, there's no one on the planet, look, you can find an exception in every rule. So without 0.0001% exception, if you don't have access to money, if you don't generate cash flow, if you don't borrow the money to grow your company, you're only going to grow to some degree. Now, let's say you only wanted to make $50,000 for the rest of your life. That's all you want to do, and that makes you feel successful. That's fine. But if you're making $20,000 a year and you want to make $200,000, or you want to make $2 million, and that's when I'm talking about access to money. So we're talking about access to joint venture partners. We're talking about access to investors. We're talking about people who believe in you. We're talking about bankers. We're talking about, if without money, you're not going to be able to explode to the next level. Even if you're buying real estate full or part-time, you obviously don't want to give all the money. You want to leverage your opportunity. And access to the right group. They did a study for 25 years in Harvard Business School, and they've said, you know what, they all took the same education. They all had basically the same access at Harvard Business School, same education, same everything. And in 25 years, they followed them. And then they said, in 25 years, small fraction of people, even when they went to, let's call it top business school, only top few percentage of the people, let's say less than 5%, actually became successful. And then they said, why did those people become successful? What was the reason? Why did they do it, even though they had the same opportunity? And although there were other reasons, number one reason why everybody, independent of each other, they figured out was it was the group that you hung around with on a consistent basis made you. So if you hung around with a negative person all the time who tells you that you can't do this, or this will not work out, or this is, this doesn't work, I've tried it in the past and all that kind of stuff. If you keep hanging around with those people, what's going to happen is you will become them. So the most powerful thing to become successful during that study was it's the reference group that you hang out with. It's the type of people that you hang out with. When we hang out with certain people, we dress like them, we eat like them, we go to the same shopping stores like them. We do same thing that most people do. But sometimes we want to go to the next level, but then we hang out with people that are going to give us the similar results. So, that you've heard this, what the top 5 people that you hang out with. I don't know if it's 5 or 10 or 8 or whatever that you hang out with. top 5 people or 10 people that you hang out consistently, you become them. We know that. So access to the right group, that's one of the reasons we started Private Investment Club, where the right people are hanging out. We got Robert Allen is a member, Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul, he's a member. We have Kevin Harrington of Shark Tank, he's a member. And the reason I tell you all these is because you need to know that you will become those people. The most important part of that, access to group. And then, of course, taking action. You've heard this before many, many times. You know what we're talking about, action. So let's go a little bit detail into the action. Thank you for chats, by the way. I'm reading you. You guys are motivating, professional, and you're doing this. This is awesome. And here's one of the things, by the way, that's both. I'm looking at both the monitors. If you feel that having a certain amount of money or a certain amount of success is good for you, then you're successful. You know, that's money itself is not the only success. But if you want the money, then it is success. So let me figure this out right now. Let me help you figure this out, because a lot of people tell me, Sunil, money is not important to me. You know, money is not important to me. Money doesn't make me happy. It doesn't bring me stuff and all that kind of stuff. How many of you heard that money is not important? Not that you believe in it, but how many of you heard that money is not important? Let me see. Let me see. Raise your hands. Let me see. Raise your hands. Okay, good, good, good. You've heard this? Awesome. How many of you know that it's BS, that you've been, yeah. Go put it in the chat box. Let me see. Put it in the chat box. Is money important to you? Yes, yes, yes. Even people in the back here are saying yes. Yeah, that's a BS. Yes, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, money's important. Money's important. Let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you, right? Let me prove it to you. Let's say you're walking down the street. Let's say you're walking down the street, and pretend you're actually going to get this $100 bill, right? Like a real $100 bill. And let's say you are walking down the street and you don't know whose $100 bill it is, and it was on the floor, and you find it. Put it in the chat box if you found a $100 bill or you got a $100 bill or something like that, that it's going to make you sad, unhappy, or happy. Let me see. Let me see. What would you do? Happy, 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 happy. All right. Happy dance. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. Let's see, over there. High. Hey, money's going to get you high. Money's going to get you high. Who wants to win this $100 bill? Let's see, like $100 bill. By the way, if you go like this, like even my team here is like, I want to make $100. Like, I want to make $100. Okay. Yeah. If you're going, yeah, you know what, I just want to make money. No, I want to see you like crazy dance if you really want to do that. Let's put some of these crazy people on both sides and rotate, because I see some of them dancing over there, but not here yet. Let's get, if we can move that. All right, let's do that. Who wants to win this $100 bill? By the way, you can't be part of my team. You can't be, yes. Oh, Colleen's dancing. Alberto's dancing, yeah. Oh, Patrick is dancing. Who else is dancing? Sam's dancing. Doana is dancing. Oh, Tiger is dancing. Sharon's dancing. Mark is dancing. Michelle's. Hi, Michelle. You're dancing. And I'm going to, one day, it's Mikhail, the last name, I think, or Haya. One day. Kathy's dancing. Brenda is dancing. Who else is dancing? Hey, oh, this guy, Chris. He actually stood up. Look at Chris. Look at Chris. Chris, you won the $100, man. There you go. You got the $100. All right, boom. Everybody, thanks for doing this. $100 for Chris. By the way, I'm going to put the $100 here. Make sure it doesn't disappear, but it's there. All right, let's go back to the, yes, thank you for the round of applause. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And so let's go back to the next level up from, let's talk about the taking action part. Taking action part. If you look at every person on the planet without maybe tiny little exception, maybe like 0.00000000001% of the time, you go back 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years. If you asked people, what was the number one attribute of the successful people. It was taking action. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you believe taking action means that one day I will do it, someday I'll do it when I'm ready, when I've crossed all the T's, I've dotted all the I's, I know every little thing before I invest, I know everything before I do that. Once I am feeling good, once I'm feeling not afraid, that's when I take action. Well, that's everybody. Everybody does that. That's not the action that's going to get you successful. What's going to get you successful is taking action when you are not ready. Now, if you're taking action every time and you're comfortable in that, you're going to grow very slow. You're not going to be multimillionaire. You're not going to become like that. Look at your results right now. What you need to know is that even in the Think and Grow Rich book, they interviewed 500 of the most successful people at that time. And what they found out of independent of each other, number one reason was taking action when they were scared, when they were fearful. This idea of when I feel like it, I will do it, you will never feel like it because our brain is wired such way to make it so then we're scared about that. So taking action is when you're scared, when you're not ready, when you're like, oh my God. This is, one of the things that I do as a mentor is like a lot of times people have these limiting beliefs. And the limiting beliefs are, I can't do it. It's not for me. Or I'll do it one day. The someday doesn't come. I hear this from people 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. Sometimes they grow slowly. Sometimes they grow slowly, but they want to grow fast. I want you to know that you can do it. Why? Growing up, I was nothing special. I was bad in school. I don't have high IQ. I don't have any extra, Superman strength. I don't have any connections from the past. I don't belong to royalty families or anything like that. On the opposite, I didn't have a lot of friends. I worked really, really hard. I was told everything that you've been told, and yet today, I live on the other side of finances, on this other side of money. And when I hear people say to me that money is not important, well, when I was in India, I was living maybe slightly above the slumdog millionaire status, meaning below poor status. Then I lived the poor status. Then I lived the middle class status, and then lived the wealthy. I have to tell you, there's not a day, not one day do I get up and I say, I wish I was not wealthy, that I have too much money. I'm sorry, it's just a bad day because I have too much money. But I've been on the other side when I didn't have the money and say, I wish I had some money so I could feed my family, so I can send my kids to school, so I can go on that vacation. I want you to know this lie that has been fed into us that the money's not important. Now, I agree that money's not everything. But believe me, you want to go on vacation, you want to send your kids to certain school, you want to wear certain clothes, you want to invest into yourself, you want to learn, you want to go to certain university, you want to eat, you want to live in a house, you need money. Like, it's just such a common sense thing that we need money. But somebody hundreds of years ago said, hey, we're rich people, and you poor people, let me tell the poor people, you don't need money. Only the rich people need money, and rich people are bad and poor people are great. So what we're going to do is all of you stay poor. And then we grow up learning rich people are bad, poor people are good. I was even told that rich people go to hell and poor people go to heaven. Because if you're rich, you're not religious. That you don't believe in helping others. It's all baloney. I've been on all sides. I can tell you, this side is really, really cool. It's really, really amazing. Really, really amazing. Learning to take action when you're not ready is the key to do that. How many of you, let me see the chat. How many of you want to earn $1 to $10 million in the next year or two? Let me see that. Put it in the chat box. Hear this. Yes, yes, me. Yes, yes. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Send it to the universe. Tell the universe you want that. I do. Now, what I want you to do is put down how much. If you dare to put down $1 million, $10 million, $50 million, $100, whatever, put that in there right now. Let me see. No, none. Somebody wants no money. Okay, $100 million, 10, 100, 40K, 40K. Okay, per month, I guess. $50 million, million plus, 100 million, 5 million. Great, awesome. Now what I'm going to do is this. Put in the chat box. If we can actually take this out, and let me get to some chat box. This is the next question that I want to ask you guys. And once the chat box comes in, here, what I want to, look at this, all of you. You guys want this. 5 million, 10 millions. I want to make $1 million in the next year. Great, $20 million. Here's what I want to know from you. Somebody wants to make 3. Okay, that's good. $1 billion. Who is this $1 billion guy? I want to really work with this guy. $1 billion. $100 million. Christine, good. Sam says $1 billion. Dimple says 10 million. Zandra said, I'll make $348 million. Not 350, not 130, but 348. Okay, great. Caddy says, me, millions. $137, George says. Darren Lee says $30,000 a month. That's what I want to ask you next question. My next question is, if you didn't have to worry about the how-to, if you had this, your mind wasn't installed with the worst virus that says you're worth a certain amount, how much income per month do you want? Not I said need, but how much do you want? Let me hear this. How much income? How much income per month? $200,000 a month? 50K a month? 15,000 a month? 10K a month? 100K a month? 20, 15, 1 million a month? Wow, that's good. 20, 25, 20, 25, 20, 20. Way more than $1 million, 900. Great, awesome. Keep going. Look at that. You guys are just, it's just crazy how $300,000, $100,000 a month, 900,000, 250,000, $33,000 a month, 100,000. Kathy says 35,000 a month. Donna says 85,000. Nancy says 120, and all that stuff. I want you to write that down, by the way, in your book and your notebook right now. That's what you guys want, because if that's what you want, then that's what you will get. And I want you to know it's very, very, very important for you. So, thank you, everybody. By the way, if you guys are not interested in money, this seminar is not for you. Please you can invest your time somewhere else. If it is important to you, then I want your 100% participation. Remember, I said to you, when I was leaving the police force and I was getting into this, most of the people were telling me, you can't do it, don't do it, it's too risky and all that kind of stuff. That is the worst virus we can have, people who tell us we can't do it. I want you to find people that tell you you can do it. So if you are that person that wants to do it, and you get people telling you can't do it, just know that you're on the right path. And the people who are doing it, they're on their own right path of being poor or whatever amount of money they want to make, which is okay. I have no issues if somebody wants to make $2,000 a month or $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, but do not stop people who want to make $50,000, $100,000 or more per month, please. We don't want to be the crabs that said, hey, stay in the bucket, but don't worry about it, don't. And if you are wanting to do this stuff and people are pulling you down, recognize that. Don't allow them, do not allow them to judge and also dictate what you can and you cannot do. Because I'm a living proof that I can go from basically nothing to generating millions of dollars. My members have been doing it. People are doing it. We have hundreds of people on YouTube, LinkedIn saying, we made money because of PIC. We made money with, and then even then people are going to come along and say, oh no, it doesn't work. I tried in the past. I want you to know, if everybody that's regular person that says you're going the wrong way, don't do it. You're not going to amount to anything. It's not going to work out. It means you're going the right way. Be a tank. When people are telling you can't do, be a tank. Meaning tank just keeps driving forward. Tank does not care what people are doing and throwing and saying. So be a tank, and that's how you become wealthy. And last but not least on that chart, we'll just leave this here, is mentors. Very, 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 very important. We all heard it. We all know it. Whether you listen to Tony Robbins, you listen to Robert Kiyosaki, you listen to Robin Sharma, you listen to Oprah. It doesn't matter who you listen to. One thing is in common. No one has ever said, don't get a mentor. So getting a mentor who has done what you want to do. That is the important part. Mentor is somebody who has what you want. Coach is somebody who may not have what you want. So let's say you want to learn, how to play soccer or something like that. Coach may not be physically able to do what he can coach you to play the soccer or box. Let's say a boxer, the person who coaches the boxer may have been in the past, but may not be able to do it now. A mentor is somebody who has what you want already. They are the highest level of learning, connecting, being part of the group, being part of the opportunity. And a lot of people tell me, Sunil, I want to be a best-selling author. Sunil, I want to be a coach. I want to be a mentor. I want to be a consultant. I want to be a monetizable real estate investor. And the next thing they say is that I'll do it someday. I'll do it someday. When the stars line up, when things line up, when I have the money, and then they fill in the blanks. I want you to know, do it now. Whatever you can do right now, do it now. Get that person and create a lose-win situation. How do you get a great mentor? Create a lose-win situation. You do whatever it is. So somebody who volunteers at my event, let's say, that's a lose-win situation example. Somebody who buys my book, for example, that's a lose-win situation. Why? Because they got do something with that person, because when you become rich and when people come to you and say something like, you don't know me, you have no idea who I am, and could you lend me $1 million? You're obviously not going to do that with them. You're only going to do it with people that you like and trust. So that in order to like and be trustworthy with the center of influences, that's what you do. You get a mentor who can be your center of influence. And that is a life-changing idea that you may have thought of in the past, but now I want you to do it. Create not a win-win situation, create a lose-win situation. It is the most important part that comes along. And also, find somebody that you look up to. You go like, man, I want to be like that person. And then next level up is find that person who's done it for themselves and they have done it for others. They've changed other people's lives completely. This is very, very, very important for you to understand. And then that's why one of the things that I'm going to do tomorrow is at the 3-hour mastermind that we're going to have, which is a private mastermind that I'm going to have with my members and the VIPs, is that we're going to talk about how do you generate $100,000 part-time with PIC, right? How do you become one of my 100 millionaires? How do you do that? How do you actually do that? Not just think about it. How do you do that? If I can show my slide, please. And I want to show you real people that are here that have done really, really well. Let's talk about, I just said hi to Angelo. Angelo's here somewhere. Angelo, just to wave if you are able to wave at us. And Angelo is a good friend, a partner, as well as part of the PIC family. And he is a very successful person. Now, he's one of my mentors too, meaning I have people who have done well, and they now, because I can't mentor everybody. So he's one of my mentors who mentors others as well. And then we have Sadhna, she's here. We said hi to Sadhna, she was here. I'm not too sure. I bought 18 deals, no money down, and I'm proud to be PIC's 4th millionaire. These are real people. Single mom, she did that. Here's Mike Burgess. Mike is here as well. Mike, just, by the way, Sadhna, Mike, everybody, just put in the chat box, say hello, please. That would be awesome. And Mike Burgess says, I consider Sunil to be my good friend, and I am proud to be PIC's millionaire. These are people, real people. And when I say millionaires, that doesn't mean just have $1 million. They just call themselves, if they're even multi-millionaires, they call themselves millionaires. And then we had Fanny 2 years ago. Bank tells her, you know what? You can't buy any more properties. That's it, you're done. No more properties. She becomes a member, then she goes out, and then she buys 2 more properties, no money down. Like within the 9 months, with 0 down. Real people. They're doing it right now. Here's Chris. He's a pharmacist. He says, I control about $4.5 million worth of rental real estate with almost no cash invested as a PIC member. Sunil has been my greatest asset. Anil says, I have 51 properties worth $10 million in US and gross rent of $800,000 because of Sunil. You're like, oh, maybe he's lucky. Maybe they're just lucky. And these are people, real people. Howard says, Sunil is a superhero. I have built rental real estate portfolio of over $1 million, and I'm doing my own mentorship. So he's a mentor now himself. And once again, it's important for you to understand that you can do it. Most of these people didn't think that they can do it themselves. Jack Canfield, my friend, he says, if you want to achieve any goal in life, this is the guy you should work with. Jack is a member of my club, by the way. Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. I have teamed up with my buddy Sunil Tulsiani to make 100 millionaires. You might as well be one of them. Kevin Harrington, original Shark. He's worth like $500 million from Shark. It's unbelievable. Grant Cardone says, Sunil attracts super successful people in his club. Get your seats now. So we were talking, he's coming to Toronto as well. And I run this is, by the way, a Millionaire Mastermind that I run. And that's Kevin Harrington. And this Millionaire Mastermind for one day for high achievers, $5,000 a day Millionaire Mastermind, where we go in and build millions of dollars worth of opportunities to make that happen. That's an example of that. Here's Robert Allen in the front. And this is at the Trump Tower at that time, downtown Toronto. It's another Millionaire Mastermind, a photo of that. The reason I tell you that is, remember I said being part of a group is so important? This is what this is. So tomorrow, and remember I said to you, there's not going to be a big, we're not selling stuff like that. If you want to upgrade to VIP and you want to buy a book or you want to do that, that is what I'm going to offer to you. I'm going to offer you something that is unbelievable. And tomorrow we're going to be doing how do you generate $100,000 part-time with PIC? How to take advantage of the biggest crash coming soon. Some of you are wondering if there's a crash coming. What if you have your own house? What if you want to buy a house? Should you buy the house right now? Should you buy a house right now? Should you keep the one you have? Should you refinance? We're going to talk about that. How to get access to over $1 million now. Like, how do you do that? I'm going to talk about that as well. How to buy properties, no money down, and how to become PIC millionaire during COVID, because this is a different time. COVID is it's unbelievable how COVID is completely changing the way we're going to be doing business with. So I'm going to talk about that. And that's tomorrow at 1 p.m. And most of you know that the VIP ticket is now $197. And what I want to do is this. I want you guys to come to this mastermind tomorrow. It's going to be a small group of people. It's going to be me and you guys, and it's going to be very, very private. If you are a VIP, if I can get the VIP, please, somewhere the chat in the middle here, that's good. Let me just see. I'm just going to talk about if you guys are coming. If you're coming tomorrow, I want you to put down if you're coming tomorrow right now in this VIP chat. I hope this is VIP. Go ahead. Yes. Ankit says yes. Who else is coming? Jamie's coming, Mike's coming, Ray's coming, Kathy's coming, Doanne's coming, Jamie, Margaret, Joseph, Belinda, Audrey. Who else is coming? Who else is coming tomorrow? For sure. Sam, Dawn, keep going. Gwen, keep going, keep going. Angelica, I see. Phil Ager says he's coming. Some guest says he's coming. Sanjeev says he's coming. Thank you, thank you. Got it in your calendar. Titan says he's coming. Paula says he's coming. Angela's coming. Pratham is coming, Dana's coming, Clayton's coming, Marco is coming. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Haven't registered. Amazing, amazing content if you're interested in making money, in growing your business, and being a real estate investor full-time as well as part-time. I'm going to do that right now. So I want you guys to put in the chat how much you love me. Say, I love Sunil or something like that. I want to see this right now. Go ahead. And is this the general chat? Okay, in the general chat, go ahead, guys. Say something nice. I want to hear. The top one is moving. The bottom one's not moving for whatever reason. So maybe both of them should be moving, no? Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, I love that too, Mark. All right, let's bring all the photos. Let's bring everybody before I go off for lunch to go to the next level. Let's see, all right. And before I go for lunch, I'm going to say bye to most of you, and we're going to come right back, okay? So, Jay, thank you for being there. Matthew, good seeing you there. Who else? Wave. Penny? James? Hi, Sonia. I can see you, yes. Jay? Kim? Okay, let's rotate more people for me. Shashi, good seeing you. Andrew? Albert? Let's see who else. Sanjay, yes. Pramod. All right. Yeah, I like that. Tara, good to see you there. Who else is there? Victor, Sabrina, Belinda, Francesca, long time. Brent, Katie's dancing. Hey, Katie. Let's do a high five for Katie. Yes. I like that. All right, let's do a high five to Sarab. Sarab, where's your hand, man? Okay, don't leave me hanging there. Jay Miller. Boom. Sanjay, boom. Who else? Joe, boom. Brent, boom. There you go. Who else? Kirabel, 10. Yeah, forget the 5. We'll do 10. All right, cool. On this side, let's see what else we have. Why do we have this so light? Hey, Alex. Good to see you. Matthew, good to see you. Dante, Kathy. Yes, look at that. Kathy's got the Success Secret audiobook. That's all. Let's rotate more, please. Hey, Brent, I see you on the phone, man. What are you doing? Say hello, man. I can see you guys. You know that. When you turn on the camera, I can see you. Katie, she's so happy, so excited. George. All right, we're going to be back at 1:30. Please hydrate yourself, have lunch, come right back at 1:30. We're going to start with the $5,000 gifts. Take good care. Bye. Bye-bye. We'll see you back in about half an hour. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everybody. We were just making sure that all the Zoom and then the links and everything is working. We are about 5-6 minutes late, and we are going to start with what I promised, which was giving away the $5,000 worth of stuff. So you have to be here ready to go, and I'm going to actually start with you guys. So come back, have a seat. Hello, Kim. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. All right. Those of you who do not have this $1 million 24-karat gold note, if you don't have it, put it in your chat box. Let me see if you don't have it. If you have it, you can put that in there as well. There's no sound, somebody sings. Oh, I don't have it. I want it. I don't have it. I want it. Don't have. Keep going. I'm watching you up here. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Don't have it. Can I invest it? That's awesome. I don't have it. All right, sounds good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going. Don't have it. Want it. Don't have it. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go back to my, Kareem is like working out, man. He's like, man, I'm just going to work out. Kareem, good to see you, man. Can you hear me? Yeah, he's talking too. There you go. All right, who else is there? I see some people are still eating. That's awesome. But you're back on time. Katie, do you have the gold note? No? Would you like one? Would you like it? Yes? Okay, Katie, you got one. Congratulations. All right. By the way, we sell them for about $200, just so you guys know. Let's do this. $100 gift certificate. There you go. Kim's got hers. That's awesome. All right, we're going to do $100 gift certificate, team. And we're going to, as soon as I call them out, rotate this so I can give it to more people on the left side. My right side and my left side. And we're going to start with that. So 1, 2, 3. Who wants to win the $100 gift certificate? Kareem, you got it, man. You got it. You are up. You're working out. You're here. You're doing double thing. Boom. Congratulations. $100 for you. Belinda, $100 for you. This wonderful lady, I can't pronounce her name, but last name is Mikkel. You got it. Yes, you do. Boom. Sharon, you got it? Colleen, you got it. Mark is dancing. He got it. Louisa. Is it Louisa? Louisa, you got it. James, you're dancing. All right. You got it, man. Ariel, you got it. Ariel, you got it. April, you got it. Kim, okay, you got one too. Jamie, you got it. Jay Blanchford has got up and he's dancing. He got it. Let's see who else. Simon, you got one. Let's switch to the next one. Sam, Bachu. Sam, you got it as well, buddy. Good. Let's move to the next one, please. Let me see who else. Who else? Look at you. You guys are on screen. Big screen. Hey, R.A. Kambla. You got it, buddy. You got it. Matthew, buddy. You got it as well. Who else? Tiger Virk. You got it as well. Jeremy. Hi, Amritpal. You got it as well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All the way from Winnipeg area. Good to see you. All right, let's move here. Let's see more people in this one, if they have more. Brent, you got it. All right, let's go back here. Joseph, good to see you. Yes, you're looking good, man. Dressed up. Awesome. Doina, you got it? So we're close to the $1,800 mark. Pat, how you doing, Pat? Boom. You got it. $100 gift certificate for you. Let's see who else. Didi, you got it, one, two. And David Sorrell, there you are. Awesome. And last one, Kathy, you got the $100 gift certificate. All of you guys are awesome. I'm going to keep giving more, by the way. You're going to have lots of them. Now, I want to see you guys. Pretend I was here. Let's give it a round of applause. Yes? All of you. Yes, I can watch you. Pamela, I don't see you. Hey, Tejas. Hey, buddy. Just, yes. Good. I can see you. All right. Good. I think he's in a shopping mall with his mask on. You definitely deserve it, my friend. You definitely deserve it. You got it. And Gemma, is it Gemma? Yes, with 2 thumbs up. You got it. Bruce, you got it. Susan with the iPhone. Susan, you got it. Next person, AC, you got it. And Indy, all of you just need to get hold of my team. So you won something. All right, let's see. What else am I going to give away? I'm going to give away something else. These are 2 books. One is with Kevin Harrington. It's called Key Person of Influence. The other one you just met, Robert G. Allen. I have the physical copy of his book called 4 Maps of Happy, Successful People. Very, very simple, yet very, very powerful book. You need to have this book. I mean, it's just amazing book, especially if you're thinking about, you're trying everything and you haven't been able to do it. You know, Robert is a friend of mine. He's a mentor and he's an amazing guy. His book, what I did was I ended up buying 500 copies of his books so then I can add value to the world. Who wants to win this book? Let me see you in the chat, though. Let me see you in chat. Hey, somebody, Sunil Kumar, you're sending a direct message, man. You got to send it to the public. Keep going. Team, I want you to pick somebody to win 20 of these books. Give away 20 of these books. Please give away 20 of these books. All right. Let me give you something that is unbelievable before Daniel Char shows up. This is amazing and all that kind of stuff. You see, I went from being extremely poor to a middle class to wealthy, and now I've been able to mentor top people on the world. I've been successful mentoring Brian Tracy, Robert Allen himself, and I even mentored Kevin Harrington of Shark Tank. I've mentored people who went from 0 to nothing, and some of those people that you saw who generated millions of dollars. And I'm very, very blessed to make $5,000 an hour when I'm consulting companies to grow to the next level. When companies want to know, how do I monetize, where do I go to the next level, they come to me to help them monetize. I have become a monetization expert on the planet, not only for real estate, but for entrepreneurship, coaching, speaking, or any type of business you are. You're an accountant, you have some sort of a service, you're an author. I help people do that. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right now offer my one-on-one I want you to win one-on-one session with me personally. So if you are a member, if you are a non-member, and if you have never seen me before, you'll see that some people have told me and some of the amazing people that one session have changed their lives completely. And what I want to know from you here on the chat is who wants to win the one-on-one with me? Alan says yes, Tim. Okay, I would give up everything to win that one-on-one. Pramod, Amit, Diana, whatever it is, me, keep going. Let me see if you want me to help change your life completely for the rest of your life to spend one-on-one time with me. Who wants it? Keep going. Paul, George, Sam, Diana, Shashi, all of you. Teach me your skills. Yes, please. I would love to. I'm here. Just change my life and all that stuff. So, okay, so here's my team. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Please change my life. Okay, thank you. I'm ready. If you are ready and you want to become financially free and you want to do this, here's what I'm going to do. I want my team. I want everybody to right now stop, and I'm going to do something for you guys that you do. Now, I am not going to be able to give it to everybody. It's just not possible. It's just, I won't be able to. There's a link that has been put up right now by Tara. You see that link? I want you to click on this link right now. Go, click on this link, which is on the drive. Click on this link right now. And when you click on this link, I want you to just put your name and email address, and my team is going to select 10 people from general and 10 people from VIP. 10 total of 20 people. And what I want to do is this. I want to select the person who truly wants to change their life. I mean, I know everybody wants to do it, but I'm going to have my team do that for you. So click on that link again one more time, guys. Team, if you can put that link in again. Done, Pat says. Good. Go click on it right now. I'm ready, Ellen says. Pat says. Jamie, good. Here's the link. Go ahead, click on this link. If you haven't done it, click on it right now, because I'm going to move on right in about 1 minute. Done. Some of you are giving me private message, by the way, so then others can't see it, but it's okay. By the way, it freezes because so many people are doing it at the same time. So if you're not able to get in or something is happening, hold off for a minute and then go in. But click on that link right now to go there. And the 20 people, 10 from general, 10 for VIP, this is my gift to you. I want to really change the way the events are done. I want to really give. The reason why I want you to become so wealthy, so then you can give bigger. So you can help more. You can help a lot of people do that. I don't know if you can see this. I am enjoying myself. This is not work to me. This is fun thing. And most of you know that there's a word that I call, it's called plurking. Plurking. It's P-L-E-R-K-I-N-G. That's the plate of my car. Plurking. And plurking means play and work combined together. Plurking is playing and working together. Means you're having fun and making money. It means you're enjoying yourself and making money. It means that you probably forget that actually it's your work. It's something that you do. I want all of you to plurk for the rest of your life. That's why I'm giving you. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. Let's do a wave. Yes. Beautiful. I just love you guys. You guys are just so amazing. David, 2 hands. Eric, you see that? I see you. Michael Matthew from CA, Michael Matthew. Hey, Michael. Syed is there again. Victor I see Shibi. Shibi, is it Shibi? Shibi. Penny's always happy. David is always happy. Pramod is always moving around. Yes, David. If you guys love it, if you guys lurk it, if you guys love plurking, I want you to put down plurking in there. I want you to plurk for the rest of your life. I want you to do that right now, starting right now. Plurking is the way to live and way to be and way to have what you want to have, so then you can give to people that are not able to come to events like this, that are not able to help themselves out, not able to do things like that. I want you to change the way the world looks at you and the way you help the world. You want to become a millionaire? Give the world first you. The millions will come to you. You'll make so much money, but then you can also, the reason why you're going to make money is that you want to give. You want to give. And you want to, you didn't come to this planet to breathe, eat, work, and die. I mean, that's how the Maslow threes, that's at the bottom of the everything. That's how a lot of people live. I want you to live your life. I want you to enjoy the beauty. I want you to have fun. I want you to be the Michael Jordan of a basketball. I want you to be the Wayne Gretzky of hockey. I want you to do so well that you forget that it's a payday. You don't care if it's a payday. You don't even know if it's a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. It doesn't matter to you. I want you to get there. You know what, today, I told my executive assistant, I said, why can't you get into the office? She says the door is locked. It's a commercial building. I forgot it was a Saturday. I didn't know. I know that normally, I forget if it's a Monday unless somebody tells me. I want you to get to that. I want you to get to the point where who cares if it's a payday today or not? Because you know what? You have so much money. Every day is a payday. I want you to. How many of you want to plurk? Go ahead, put in there plurking. I want plurk. Go ahead. Plurk, 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 plurk. Go ahead, put it in there. Plurk, 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 plurk. Keep going, keep going. Hey, yeah. Oh, actually, both of you. I was going to say general is winning, but no. Plurk, 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 plurk. Plurk all the way. Who wants to plurk all the way? Yes. Zoltan. Hey, what is that, man? I see it. I can't tell what it is, though. Type it in there. Type it in there. You're plurking? You're plurking? Yes? Okay, awesome. Colleen, do you want to plurk? Colleen? Colleen? Yes? How about Tareen? Do you want to plurk, Tareen? Say yes? Okay, great. How about Gabrielle? Do you want to plurk? You got a beautiful background? Yes? All right. How about Kayla? Kayla wants to plurk times 2. Wants to plurk times 2. That's awesome. David, I know you always want to plurk. I know you always want to plurk. This beautiful lady called Didi, she always wants to plurk. Kathy wants to plurk. And Jennifer, do you want to plurk? Jennifer? Yes? Awesome. Doana, do you want to plurk? Yes? Yes? Okay, awesome, awesome. I love to see you guys. You know what this is? Even though you guys are not here, I feel you guys are here. And I want to do so well so that you can do so well. And this is my goal. That's why I want to make 100 millionaires. Let's do some learning, because we want to do inspiration. We want to do some learning. We want to make some money, and then gifts and all that kind of stuff. So now let's get into the idea. Now, you guys may have seen this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When I was going for my promotion in the police department, I studied psychology at a deeper level, and this, I want to bring it to you right now. And one of the things that I want to talk about is that, at the bottom is the psychological needs, then there's safety, there's the love and belongings, and then self-esteem or esteem, and then self-actualization. What I want to share with you is this. If you look at the idea of most people living in this arena, the bottom 3, and we're talking about most people actually live at the bottom 1, and some of us were, when I was growing up, I was probably living below that, per se. So what I can do is, let me finish this and then we'll do that. So thank you for that. So air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction, and all that kind of stuff. Most people on the planet, billions of people actually, are living over here, meaning they hardly get the water, the clean water, food. So they're actually below that. So once that need is filled, of course, we want the employment, resource, health, safety, and all that, because we got some money and want to make sure like that happens for you. And the next one is the love and belongingness. Now, I tell you about the third one. Mostly in North America, a lot of people are in this area where they have a job, they have a house, they have the food and all that stuff. But then this is the issue that a lot of them are longing. But a lot of people you may have heard, I'm lonely, I'm depressed, or not being able to fulfill the relationships and all that kind of stuff, or things aren't working out. That's this level here. But if you were to get this, you get this, and then you get this, This is the fourth level that a lot of people that I am meeting, they get to. We're talking about respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, freedom, being able to do all these kind of things. And you know, these are people who are going to events, they're investing in themselves, they're getting mentors, they're writing books, they're doing something, and it's their esteem. So we're talking about self-esteem and the esteem itself. That's the important part. And the top one is the self-actualization. This is where you desire to become the best, you desire to give back, you desire to do more for the world. And for me, I'm very, very fortunate now to be somewhere on the top there for the self-actualization, because once you've taken care of yourself, you don't have to worry about money per se, or you don't have to worry about resources that you don't have and all that stuff. So I want all of you to, only the people that I work with, they're either here or they're up here. That's it. From here, some of you are, I mean, we need food, we need air, we need to be able to security, we need to be able to feel good about ourselves and all that kind of stuff. So most of the people are who are here, and some of them are in here to the next level up. This is not where I help people. This is where, there are other organizations that, charities and other government organizations or other people can help at the bottom level. I help with getting proper water. We built we built water stations in India to get pure water. The eyesight that we talk about, help the women in India planting 12,000 trees and all that stuff. So we do that kind of charity work, but to work with people is that up there. So if you identify yourself somebody who goes out and says, you know what, I work, but there's something else I want to do on the side. There's a side gig I want to do. Or I want to one day leave my job and do this full time. That is what gets you up into the esteem level or above that. If you get to the point where you never worry about money, you get up and you don't know what the day it is, and if you need to go on a vacation, and you don't say to yourself, well, how much is that going to cost? Or this place, I love to be at this place, but this is too expensive. Look, I'm not talking about being, just throwing your money away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, do I want this? Do I need it? This is going to make me happy? Is it going to make me grow? Is my business going to grow because of that? Yes. Then you're able to invest. You're able to take care of that. That's the respect we're talking about for the money. So that is very, very, very important for you to have that. Now, I know that there's a lot more to this, but what I want you to take away from this is very simple, is this. You need to identify where you are right now. If you're struggling for money, if you're struggling and you've been struggling for a long time, then you put yourself where you are, right? Where in this pyramid you are in. And if you identify where you are, so then now you can go to the next level. I want you to go to the next level. Reading books, watching videos, attending events, learning, doing stuff, doing something different, access to great deals, access to mentors. That is usually at the highest level or the esteem level. Those two levels are very, very important, because it's very hard for me to go to somebody over here and say, hey, you know what you do is that you grow yourself, you study, you think positive thoughts, learn hypnosis. These people are just saying, hey, when will I get my next meal? So it's harder. Now, there are some small percentage of people will do it, so there's always an exception. But what I'm talking about, majority of them won't even think about it. That's why we have to become so rich so then we can donate money to people like that. So the next level, the next thing that I want to talk about is this. Content versus context. Now, a lot of times I go to places, people go, hey man, I want more content. I want to learn more. Tell me more. Content is important. Context is 100 times more important. Content is important. Context is 100 times more important. What do I mean by that? If you were to study internet and you will have 10 generations, like 1,000 years from now, you can't read everything on the internet for the content. So yes, content is important, but it's the focus. It's you growing. It's you doing stuff. It's actually you believing in yourself, having the confidence to do stuff, to be the ability to actually take action when you're scared. The context is the most important part. So from now on, grow your context. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're reading books, I want you to say, okay, the how-to books might be 10%, 20%, but the 80% should be context. Should be context, because growing you is your business. Let me give you an idea. Let's say when I was a police officer, when I started a long time ago, and we had this scenario where, let's say you go on a 401, which is a major highway in Toronto area, 401. And let's say you're on the live lane, and a tractor trailer is coming at you at 100 kilometers an hour, and you're there. And you just happen to be there by mistake, and then you look up, and the tractor trailer is right there. Now, the content, if I was teaching you, content would be when the tractor trailer is coming at you, move away. That's the content, like move away. That's the knowledge you need. Context is you being able to do it automatically and move out fast. Most people will allow that truck to run them over because their context is small. So I want you to grow. Glass represents you, and the water in this glass represents your knowledge, the stuff that you learned at the school, the how-to, the stuff. Now, it is important. Content is important. Context is 100 times more important. So I want you to grow your context more importantly than anything else from now on. What I'm doing today right now, people tell me, Sunil, you're very inspirational. You know what inspiration is? Inspiration is skill and motivation, not just one of the two. Because skill is one thing, but how many of us know what to do, but we don't do it? That's why inspirational speakers move things, move the needle, move people to do things that they need to do. So people tell me you are inspirational. My main purpose is, you want this? Move. Let's do it. Let's jump in the water now. You've been telling us you want to jump water, for so many. Let's do it right now. So context is what you need to grow starting now. Read books about it. Kind of personal growth. We're talking about Tony Robbins. We're talking about Bob Proctor. We're talking about Robin Sharma. We're talking about some of these people that actually grow you. And then the other books are like how to do this, technical part. 1 + 1 is 2. That's the content. And for you to be able to go, here is how I find good properties, and then ability to move and take action and write the offers, and then finding the people to help you, your mentors and all. That's the context, because you got to be so big enough to be able to go and kill your fears. That's the main thing to understand. So context is the most important part. So I'm going to keep talking. Let's see. You know what that means if I keep talking is that means I have to give more gifts to these wonderful people. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away something that's awesome. Here's a book from Dr. Deepak Chopra. I'm doing this. I'm sharing a stage with them. We're producing an event. And it's called 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a beautiful little hardcover book. It's amazing. 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Amazing. It's amazing read. Who wants to win it? Who wants to win it? Let's see. Come on. Angelica, yes. Hi, Angelica. Hi, Angelica. It's yours. It's yours. High five. Boom. Boom. High five. High five. Okay. I continue one more lesson, and then I'm going to give you some money, and then we're going to keep going. How's that? Is that okay, guys? Yes? Okay, awesome. All right, so let's get everybody on this side as well, please. The general, that would be awesome. That'd be good. I see you. And let's rotate some of these people. That would be great as well. So one of the things I want to share with you today is that long time ago, before I shared stage with Tony Robbins, I actually, I attended events, just like most people. I attended his events and all that stuff. One of the things that he talked about is that if you want to be poor, you have to be fair. If you want to be fair, you have to be good. And if you want to be good, you have to be excellent. If you want to be outstanding, you got to go this much more. You got to go this much more after the excellent. The difference between somebody who has $1 million and they are doing what they need to do and they go to $10 million is this much more. If you want to have poor results, be fair. If you want to have fair results, be good. If you want to have good results, be excellent. That means you look at the distance to get there. Once you get to the excellent state, outstanding is only this much far away. So a lot of you have tried. I've tried everything. Sunil, it's taken me years. It took me 5 years, 10 years, Sunil. You might be getting to that excellent spot where the outstanding is this much far away. But what happens? Most people get to almost to the excellent part and they give up. And then they go back again. Go the extra mile, the extra 1 more inch to get to the outstanding. And it is in the outstanding, even if you were told that you are not worth it, even if you were told that you were never going to amount to anything, even if people told you that you can't do it, you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. I've done it. I've seen people do it. I've seen single moms do it. I see elderly people do it. I see young kids are doing it. I did it. You can do it. Go the extra mile and don't give up. When I lost all the money in 2008, 2009, it seemed like it'll never come back. But I just kept going. And you ever been to a point where you go, you know what, when is this going to stop? I've been trying, I've been working hard, and I don't see the results. It's coming. It's coming. Do not give up. And if you believe in universe, if you believe in God, if you believe in the higher power, I want to tell you that higher power, God, wants one thing from you. Everything else is available for you. And that one thing is you actually doing the part. It's not, law of attraction, you've heard of law of attraction. I truly believe in law of attraction. But one thing I want you to know is that I've seen some of the law of attraction. There might be a misconception that the law of attraction sends everything to you, and then you can just sit, sleep, close your eyes, and say, drop $1 million and drop $1 million, and then somehow the $1 million would drop in. It might have happened to 0.00001% of the people on the planet. Or they're driving around, they're hoping a big bag of money will just fall. Oh, they buy lottery, that's going to win. It's possible, it happens to some people. But reality is you got to do. That's your part. God's not going to come and do it for you. You're going to have to do the part. So I want you to actually understand the law of attraction is how you attract it. Action is how you get it. Law of attraction is how you attract it. Action is how you get it into your life. Without action, nothing happens. And if you're saying to yourself, I'll do it when I feel like it, it'll never happen. I'll do it tomorrow. Won't happen. I'll do it someday. Absolutely won't happen. I can't afford it. It won't happen. You'll find it if it's important to you. If there was a gun to your head right now and that said, look, you gotta get $10,000 to save yourself, you'll find the $10,000 or $20,000. You'll find a way to make that happen. I know it. If this is very important to understand that we act to fear more than what we want. I want you to start acting to what you want, just like you would act to a fear, meaning take action. If you're scared, you tend to take action as well. So I want you to take action when you are not ready. So how many of you want me to be more generous, give some money to you guys, give some gifts and all that stuff? Let me see. I don't know. Okay, here's what we're going to do. If you have never can I have a chat in the middle, please? If you have never won anything in your life, if you have never, ever, ever, ever won anything in your life, I want you to put in the chat box because I'm about to change that. Second rising sun, Alfred says, Isabel, okay, Ryan, Renee, Elliot, good, Sabrina, good, Jay, make it happen. Elliot, Pat. I've never won anything, Simon says. I'm winning right now. Oh, I like that. Who's that? David, I think David. David says that. That's awesome. Diana says, Simon says never. Christy has, second rising says, I am a winner, but not yet today. Okay. All of you have never won anything in your life. If you have never won anything in your life, you have won either a coin, $30 coin, or you have won $30 PIC gift certificate, whatever you want. And this, from now on, you can never say you've never won anything. Just by admitting it, for doing it, this is how you win. By the way, there's a book with me and Robert Allen that I want you guys to get that. It's $20. Get it for free right now. Click on it right now. Team, if you can put it up. You're welcome, guys. Awesome. You're welcome, Alan. You're welcome, Alfred. Justin, you're welcome. Daryl, you won too. April, you're welcome. Norman, never. You got it as well. Yes, you'll remember this forever. Second Rising, that's awesome. Second Rising, can you put your name so I know who you are? Mimi, yay, she says. Renee says yes. Admin, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Laura says yes. Gwen says yes. That's awesome. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And I was going to say something, but you guys are you're welcome, guys. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the love. And if you're a woman right now, you guys can send me some flying kisses because, I just feel like a star. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Michelle, yes, you too. You're smiling. I know. Thank you. Oh, Mikhail, that's awesome. Kayla, that was double the kisses. That's awesome. Guys, you can hold the kisses back. You just hold out the kisses. You can just wave. That's fine with me. Big Diesel, I hear him. Let's rotate for people. Louisia, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the love, by the way, everybody. Thanks for your love. I really appreciate you. Mel, how you doing? Good to see you. Carrie, thanks for the kiss. Oh, kiss on the cheeks. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Amanda, thanks for the kiss. I saw that. Flying kiss. Kayla has been giving me so many kisses. And Derek's giving me heart. Like, thank you, Derek. I'll accept that. That's fine. Oh, thank you. All right. What else can I give to you guys before we have some time before Edward Snowden comes in. It's going to be very shortly. We're bringing him right now. So let's place that I can go and learn about business. And then finally, I came into real estate. And ethics is so important to me because what happened was there was this gentleman who was coaching me at that time. And this gentleman had a training company. And this training company, he would get on the stage and he would tell people, you should invest in real estate. It's the best thing that you should do. Blah, 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 blah. And then I helped him a lot. And 2 months later, I was looking up to him. I was doing all that stuff. And one day he comes to me and says, he had a training. He had a little bit to drink. We went out for dinner. And he said to me, Sunil, only idiots buy real estate. Now think about this. I'm younger at that point. I'm in like mid-30s. I bought into the idea. I was making money with real estate. I was enjoying the real estate. I was making so much money. And he's a guru, real estate guru, telling people that only idiots buy real estate. And I said, well, now you're in a predicament because you look up to this person and this is what he's telling you. So I turned around and I said, well, then I can't be with you. And he said to me, you're nothing without me. And at that time, I was not happy. He told me that. Today, I thank God that he said that to me. Because if he hadn't said it, I would not have a private investment club. I wouldn't have it because I said to myself, I looked around, I couldn't find anything. I'm like, no, we're going to have to change the world, and I'm going to have a club where people meet, where people network all over the world, where people actually do stuff. We're not learning club only, we're learning and doing club, where even I do investment with my members. The big difference is I'm doing it, and that's what I wanted to do. So I really credit that to that. The ethic parts, I mean, I could have, I had an option was to just stay with them because of the money. But I had to let him go and restart and do this. And today we have the biggest elite real estate club in North America. Is that a good or what? Is that good or what? You guys can clap. Let me hear you clap. Yeah, let me see you clap. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mira, I can see you in bed. I can see you in the bed. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people forget they got their camera on and all that stuff, and they're lying in their bed, they're enjoying this. It's good to have you. It's all good. It's all good. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And on this side, please, I just want to say that. Thank you very much for all of you for being here. I just want to say to you that this is something I did not expect, and something that has happened to me. I've done this. I've explained to people, and just because of the article, somebody writes an article, and somebody writes a clickbait article where people are clicking on that stuff. At least we could have had a conversation, and it has happened to me in the past where they led me to believe till the last moment everything's good. He even tweeted it out, and at the last moment I thought we were going to have a conversation. I've had these conversations before for that article that he was talking about. So it is unfortunate that it has happened. I know all of you came for that. I know you came to hear him out from all the way from Russia. And we are going to figure out what needs to be done. But what we're going to do right now is that I'm going to continue with you guys. I want to continue with you guys. If you want me to continue with you guys, let me know if you guys want me to stick around and continue. Please let me know. Yes? Please put in the chat box for me. Put in the chat box for me that if you do. Thank you. I've been able to, I can tell you this, I've been able to help so many people. You've seen some of those. If you guys are here, if I have helped you in some other way, if I helped change your life in certain ways, if I did that, I want you to put in the chat box right now, in this chat box for me, please. We're with you. We're with you. Thank you. Please continue. Thank you. Do that. I will do this with you. I will do this. By the way, some of you are sending in private messages. Please send out personal as well for me. And I'm going to explain to you exactly. I have done that in the past. Remember that magazine that I showed you where we said that if you want to learn more about that, you can do that? There was a magazine with Sir Richard Branson that I showed that if you want to have access to it, I'll give it to you. But I'll explain to you right now what happened. We sold condos to a builder in Markham, Ontario, a gentleman who was a Chinese descent, but he was a Canadian. And we sold those condos. Market crashed. We lost money. Some of our members, my friends, lost money. And this is what I was talking about. I lost all the money at the end of the day. He ended up going to China, which we have no treaty with China whatsoever. And because of that, they could not go after, and they thought that we took the money, that we did something wrong. And what I want to say to you is this. We sat here, and they thought we need somebody to deal with, and they thought it was me. So the Interior Security Commission, that's the article about, the Interior Security Commission. They thought we took the $1 million or $2 million or $4 million. They did their investigation. They found out we took none of that money. Money was given to the builder. It's theirs. And because the way the paperwork were done, it was seen as that it was a security. So I went from making money, losing it all, and basically saying one thing to myself. How do I do this? Because truly, you guys are not just a number to me. You see, I spent so much money in getting some coaching and mentoring. And one of the lawyer who I paid him so much money, he coached me. And he says, this is what you do. You shut off your company. Change the name of your company. Change the name of Private Investment Club. Change it. Disappear for 6 months to a year. Come back with a different company. And then nothing, like Lehman Brothers, for example, some of the other companies, they go bankrupt, come back, and then they restart again. That's what you do. I want you to just leave the office, do all that kind of stuff. I went home. I looked myself in the mirror. And I said, you guys, these guys are not numbers to me. You guys are not numbers to me. So what did I do? I did opposite, exact opposite to what I paid my coaches to tell me to do, which was to disappear. I kept the same phone number. I kept the same office. I kept the same website. I kept the same name of the company so people could come and see me. And then what I did was I started building and making money for people and getting them successful. And that's what happened. That's why you see me on the biggest stages all over the world. That's why you see me that if I had done something wrong, it does not make sense that I would still stick around. If I had stolen millions of dollars, I would not be here. I wouldn't be here in front of you. I would not be here. I was never charged criminally. I was nothing like that. And I want you to look at that article. The article says, man named. Not that he did it. I was named in this. And that article talks about the securities and all that kind of stuff. I basically decided I'm just going to go out and I'm going to change people's lives. And I've been doing that for the last decade or so. I'm right here in the same office, same phone number, same website, same name, same company's name. If you had done something wrong, would you stick around? I not only stuck around, I stuck around in my office so people can come and see me. You, members, they're not numbers to me. They are real people. And for something like this to happen, I understand, but I really appreciate you guys listening to me. And I want you to ask me any questions. I will answer any questions. I'm here until I'm done today. You want to ask me any questions in regards to this? You want to ask me questions in regards to money, real estate, how we can avoid that in the future? What is it that we did? It's basically the way the money was raised. It was seen as a security. And that is a big mistake that I did, was I did not hire a security lawyer. I should have hired a security lawyer to raise the money, and especially at that massive level. And remember, this happened in 2008 when the biggest real estate crash of the history occurred in the United States other than depression. That's when they needed somebody. They needed somebody to blame. I have made mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes, and I want to help. I've been helping a lot of people doing that kind of stuff. Any questions? High five, everybody. Let's do a high five, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. And I really appreciate you guys and all of you. I'm the same Sunil for you guys. I'm the same person that you know. Yes, thank you, Sarab. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, Tiger. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, George. And I really appreciate you guys. If I can have the chat that if you want me to answer. If you have any questions, I'll answer your questions. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Anita, thank you very much for saying that. Shailesh, on the present, you had Anil Walia promoted. Sunil does not owe us an apology. Sunil does. It's all me. Thank you, Hugh. I appreciate that too. My question, what can we do to make you happy now? Thank you, Joseph. Trading securities, yes, I have never traded securities, and I do not trade securities. Thank you for that. Do the celebrity you bring the panel know about the past? Yes, they do, because think about this one. How silly do we have to be to not know this? They all know this. They all do their due diligence. We're talking about Grant Cardone. They're not just people I bring. They are people that I know. Brian Tracy, he knows. Robert Allen, he knows. Jack Canfield, he knows. Kevin Harrington, they know. They know that. So thank you for that. Thank you, I appreciate that. Peter, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that, Peter. Hello for Argentina. Yes, please continue, Sunil. Sadhna, thank you, I appreciate that. We love you, thank you, Sunil. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. And I really, good, bad, or whatever it is, I want you to say it. And I really want you to be able to do this. And if you think that this is not for you, that's fine. I totally understand that. It's not easy. And think about it this way. Snowden waited to the last moment to do this for us, right? He could have just talked to us and all that kind of. We were going to have a conversation. I have done this before where this was brought up. I respond to that, but he just left to do that stuff, and he chose to do that. I get it, no problem. Best is yet to come. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Integrity to take the shot. Thank you. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here.
Snowden's in hiding, but
Yes. You know, people who do things, they are the ones who leave. They're the ones who do things. I'm here. I kept the same business, same name, same website, same office, same phone number. I'm not gone anywhere. And more importantly, hundreds and hundreds of people's lives have been changed. And some of you are those people right now that I've changed your lives. Thank you, Navneesh. I appreciate that. Jace, thank you very much. Yes, there are a lot of people. I appreciate that as well. Successful people get attacked. I appreciate that as well. We're with you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Please open mic. I really understand that. Okay. If you guys have a question for me, ask me. I want to answer those questions. Like I said, whether it's this or we want to clear the negativity, we want to clear the negativity right now and start and end with positivity where we go back and rebuild and do things like that. And I want you to know that if I wanted to disappear and I had done something wrong, I am pretty smart that way. If I had done something wrong and I wanted to disappear, I knew. We know how to do that. Anybody knows that. I'm here right now. I'm here in front of you. I'm talking to you right now. I did not change my name. I did not change my company. I'm here. And you'll go on YouTube, go on LinkedIn, go on all places where you'll see real people telling you that I and PIC has changed their lives completely. I want you to be part of this. I want to help you make that happen. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. Okay. Still on his Zoom call. So where's the accountability? I realize you sound like you're about to cry. However, what are you doing to come to terms with government, with all the investors and all that kind of stuff? It's a big thing. Hey, look, when we invest in real estate, we lose money, and we're done with the government. There's nothing outstanding. There's nothing, this happened, and this is in the past. Whatever you think that was done, and the security was defined by the way the paperwork was done, and that's what it was. I'm here. I wouldn't be allowed to be doing this. I was not charged criminally. I was not. You know this. There's no way I could do that. Thank you. I appreciate you all and all that kind of stuff. So let's do a Q&A. I will sit down and I'll address you guys with the questions that you have, and I'll be with you until I address all of you to make that happen. Shailesh, yes, I do charge that. Thank you. Rakesh, yes, thank you very much. Amanda, thank you. I did not say you go around looking for free stuff. Oh, okay. There's what else is there? If you have any questions, you probably didn't know. Okay, Brenda says he didn't know about your path. I don't know. I think it was a setup. We don't know yet. It was a well-planned setup, I believe, but again, I don't know. David says this is a teaching moment. Thank you. Sunil is a real deal. Robert says thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Rob. Marlene, it was never really clear why someone was chosen as name to draw people in. What is the? Yeah, it was mainly for ethic purposes, and obviously it turned out to be different. Please tell us. What? You charge if you're mentoring for pick? Yes, so if people are not members of private investment club, people hire me to consult them, and this is how I charge for consulting. I'm not too sure what these links are for. What did you hope he would share with us around ethics? Well, you know, it's very easy to do and be where he was, you know, in the government, and if he saw something that was wrong, what he did, and then he escaped to Russia and all that stuff, it's not an easy thing to do. So the idea was sometimes we have to do the right thing even though it's hard. So it was for everybody, because ethics are very, very important. Yes, thank you, David. I appreciate that as well. Josh, I appreciate that too. Love how you're handling it. Thank you, Irina. So does Snowden know what? Sunil had me removed from Zoom because I said no. Steve, I appreciate that. Brian says people should know that Sunil does not try to hide an unfortunate incident. Thank you. You've been upfront with me, and Angela, thank you. Patrice, can you share with us the example of doing the right thing when you were faced with something similar? Well, for me, there was a time where, am I looking at this camera? Is this where I'm at? Oh, there. For me, it was when I started to do a lot of a business as a private investment club, and one of the gurus told me that that you're ruining the market. The gurus would then, you know, get a course that would be $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 courses, and these are courses. We're not talking about coaching, mentoring. We're not talking about doing business. We're not talking about setting up your business. We're talking about just basically courses and the advanced courses. And that coach that I respected said to me, I want you to stop PIC. I want you to stop that. And I want you to work for me, and we get to sell just the courses. Forget about doing business with people. Forget about providing them with connections and resources and all that stuff. Let's just sell, you just sell my courses, and I'll offer you about $250,000 plus bonuses and all that kind of stuff. But you got to shut your business down completely. And for me, it was very important to understand that PIC was not just a business that I just say. It's my baby. It's something I believe in. And this person also I respected. And so the ethical part was very simple for me. Was he wanted me to disappear so that I can just do what he wanted to do, which I did not agree with, although there was a lot of money involved, guaranteed, $250,000 to $500,000, where I didn't have to do, you know, I could just work for him. To do something like that, it was very tempting if you have a job that you get paycheck every second week, and then you get offered such a money like that to be able to do that. That has been a big issue with me. And when I'm doing due diligence on houses and projects, a lot of people sometimes say to me, well, none of your members are here. They can't see this. So, you know, how would they know? And I say to them, well, I know that you're doing this. So I can't do that. So doing what you say, handshake, is very important to me. So that is ethics to me. Ethics really is everything. I mean, your credibility is the most important part. And if somebody did something wrong 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, just like Snowden, if he did something wrong, it's not that we don't make any mistakes. I'm not saying we didn't make any mistake. I made mistake. I should have consulted with a security lawyer. By the way you raise money when you get bigger is different than if you are starting out. And now I help people how to do it so then it doesn't seem like security with some of the bigger boys and bigger girls who are basically raising money for their big projects. I'm able to help them because I learned that lesson myself. But I cannot say that I wish I hadn't done that, because there's no way that I can go change that. But I've learned a lot from it, and now I can get to help a lot of people doing that. What else is there? I've seen PIC events with much more attendance. Yes, I appreciate that. Be true to yourself as a person. Thank you. Your mishap saves so many others. Thank you. Let's see. Something about, we salute you. Thank you. We don't have to go back, but if it comes up again, maybe post a link of this section. Okay, thank you for that. Yes, and if PIC is helping regular people make money, I can see there could be more attacked. Can you elaborate about people buying houses in the U.S. years ago? Some people claim they lost money. Yes, of course, when you buy properties in the United States, they will lose money. If anybody thinks that they can actually invest in real estate and there's no risk, there's a risk. We could minimize the risk, but there's always going to be a risk, and especially when the market crashes, there's always going to be a risk. There's going to be tenants risk, the appreciation risk. There's a risk right now, by the way, with COVID-19, the way the prices have gone up, and people will tell you that there's absolutely no risk. There is absolutely a risk. We're trying, thank you for being positive. So if you're not honest, you would not have invited him. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Why would I invite somebody like that? Like, why would I do that? There's no reason for him. My intention to invite him is for the ethics, the opposite of what just happened. I mean, if he did not want to do it and he was very ethical, he could have just said, no, I don't want to do it with you. But he chose to do this. I wouldn't have done that. Obviously I don't know him personally, but I want you to know that I wouldn't have invited him if I knew that I did something wrong. Why would I invite somebody like that to make that happen? What else? Thank you. Yes. Your tribe will always know and recognize you. Thank you. Appreciate your comments. I didn't hear a word he said anyways. Ray says Snowden's a real scammer. No. Again, I don't know. I don't know Snowden. All I know is that we saw that movie. We know who he is. And he's the reason why we cover the cameras and all that stuff. So Alex, David, all of you, I really, really thank you, Peter. Pam says, I agree with Sunil. Please stay from the whistleblowers. Once a whistleblower, always a whistleblower. I truly believe in that people can change. And I truly believe that we can help a lot of people. And I truly believe everybody makes some mistakes and everybody does that. It's what do we do after the mistakes? And please go and look at all the people. And why don't we do this? If, like I said to you, you guys have seen, if you're here, Sam says, I think you should have a break. Yeah, I will take a break. I'm going to have you guys have stuck around for a long time. And that means a lot to me. You know, you guys, this is the reason why I'm back here, because of you guys. I'm here for you guys. I wouldn't have been here because otherwise. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. I'm here because I want to change your life. I'm going to do, the best way for me to do this is to see you guys do well. And I want to do this. And there's no way. And these are real people whose lives are being changed. I want you to not allow this to change your mindset. I don't want you to change your mindset about yourself. And I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't want your mind to go back and say, oh my God. Remember, we think for ourselves. Look at all the people whose lives have been changed. Look at the people who have done it. Look at the fact that I've kept my business where it is. Same address, same phone number, same website, same name. Why would I do that? I used to be a detective. If somebody did something wrong, and they did something wrong, they're not going to stick around. They're going to leave. They're going to leave. Right? They're going to leave. They're not going to stick around. I stuck around. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. Peter, thank you. Thank you. Indeed, thank you. Let me come back in 10 minutes. I want to add some value and finish it off with that. Is that good? Can I do that? Would you be okay with that? Yes? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hello. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for joining in with us for the whole day. I know this was a very anticipated day. Just like in life, in business, sometimes we have curveballs that we didn't expect, and all we can do is just pivot, lick our wounds, and carry on. So I have my friend over here, Dan Dore. We're gonna do a quick pivot right now, and we're gonna continue to give you guys value. So thank you for everybody who stayed along. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate you for everything.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I don't think anybody was expecting what we just saw. But I mean, it's interesting because now we're in the midst of it, and we're like, you know what? We're good people. The people that are around here are really looking to provide value. And it's so interesting. I actually saw, and I was just telling Sunil, I said, that article should serve as a prop, as an opportunity, because it was funny because when I met Sunil originally, I'd seen that article too. And I questioned him about it.
Me too.
Because if somebody really did something wrong, I wouldn't want to be here either.
Yeah.
And it was quite interesting and quite humbling, really, to see. And it's a great example for me because we're all human. Clearly, there was a mistake that was made. But like anything, you have a choice. You face the music or you go and hide. And it was quite interesting for me, for Sunil to explain to me, you actually face the music. And to be able to continue using his name, his contact information, his business name, and face the music, it would probably be much easier for him to not do that. Just run away, change the name, change 100%. The number, pretend, do something else.
Like it never happened.
And to me, that's revealing of a character of wanting to do the right thing. And I found that to be even more enticing to say, wow, you know, if there was something to hide, if you had just hidden, it'd be much tougher. But to see him actually own up to it, and I'm a bit disappointed actually, because I was expecting for that to use and say, maybe you can explain to the crowd and maybe perhaps...
Maybe a dialogue, right?
A dialogue. And I thought that would have been great to be able to bring it up to speed, but to not have the opportunity, and I find that in today's society, that's what people do. They do too quickly.
Yeah.
Say, oh, something happened, and all of a sudden they hang on. I say, well, hang on a second. You know, let them explain themselves. So I was more disappointed than anything, but like I just told Sunil, I said, you're going to serve 3 times, 10 times the amount of people with this story, and you need to use this as an example of what it is to do the right thing. So
I highly agree with you. Like, you know, this actually answers a question that we've been seeing through the chat for the whole day. Is Snowden really coming? I guess we got our answer. Yes, right? So yes, this was all live, unplanned. And yes, like for the same thing with me. That article, like when I do business with anybody, first thing I do is I Google search them. And I look for data points. And that article came out at top page on Google, right? It's not hiding there, right? So I think the way you do business is when you find something derogatory of a business partner or let's say a company, what you want to do is not just pull the trigger, but try to do business with them, or not do business, but actually ask them questions, right? Give them a shot and see how they answer back. And I knew that story when I met Sunil. And basically, when I first met him, I had my guard up. Then I started to learn more about him. I started to be in his presence. And slowly, my guard started going down. Like, wow, he's a genuine person, a person who acts with integrity, right? So how would I feel if somebody puts a negative comment? Because at the end of the day, we're all business people. You can always have one upset client, an unhappy client, and they'll give you a 1-star review, and all of a sudden, your whole life's work goes to shreds because of one unhappy person because they need somebody to pick on, right? So at the end of the day, I think it was very honorable that he's here. He's here today. He's standing up. He's not running away. And he's open to having a dialogue. So let's give it up once again for Sunil Tulsiani.
Sunil.
Thank you. Here? Okay.
So,
Hey,
they were asking,
That's
is
not
Snowden
scripted.
really coming the whole day?
that wasn't scripted.
No.
This is live.
This is
It's
live.
happening.
Can't get more live than this.
Thank
Yeah.
you. First of all, thank to both of you for doing this for me. I really, because you've been working with me for 2 years almost. You know me for almost 2 years as well, and you yourself have told people how it changed your life, and you also have talked about that as well. So I really want to first of all honor both of you for sticking around after Snowden. So let's give these people a hand. Let's do that right now. Yes. And so let's have a conversation about growth, good stuff. And are we seeing chat somewhere? Okay, that's awesome. Oh, there's some chat over there. That's great. That's great. If there's a question that you want to talk about, or thank you for, first of all, everybody, thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. And even for Snowden, I see some negative comments. Let's just stay positive about him as well. We want to stay positive because I want to not really give more energy into that whatsoever. I want to be able to do stuff that's going to help us, help all of us grow to the next level. And I want to take it to the next level. So any questions that if you guys want to ask, please ask it right now.
I think we could have a round table and just be like, let's talk about growth, right?
Yes.
And also, like, for me, I think that anytime you get attention, even negative attention, you could turn it back to positive. What is your take on that? Like, we see a lot of companies, it's not just this event or just you, it's everybody. Once you start growing, you get targets on your back.
That's right.
So how did you experience this from when you started out, just starting out in business to now where you are? You got some targets on you, right? Like other companies that want to outgrow you. How do you handle that?
Well, a lot of times what happened was we had where even the people who wanted to support me, as I outgrew them, it was very hard for them to take the fact that, somebody who started off outgrew. And in the case of, I'm a guy that, I want to be able to say something like, it doesn't bug me. But you know what? It bugs me to some degree. And then I overcome it. I'm like, okay, how do I overcome it? I overcome it by going out and then helping one more person, helping 2 more people, then the 10 people, then 20 people, then 50 people. That is how I've decided to do. I said it's going to be so, if I just focus on me and the person who's negative, it's going to be this, there's no difference between that negative person and me. But if I focus on you, grow you, right? You're becoming a best-selling author. You're becoming a speaker. You have your own training course, for example, right now. If I focus on growing you, that is my asset.
Yeah.
My asset is you growing, right? And my asset is people who became millionaires and multimillionaires for me, right?
Yeah.
And they themselves get on the videos and all that, say, okay, this is what has happened since I've known Sunil and all that stuff. And it's just not me. Of course, we have the entire PEC team. We have the entire system. We have all that kind of stuff that really works. So it's obviously, I love the fact when people come to me and say, you changed my life. This is very, very important to me. Yep. You changed my life. I love that fact. Yes, the question people are asking is if the mastermind is still on. What do you guys think? Is the mastermind on or not? Yes?
Absolutely. Yes.
You got it. Mastermind is absolutely on for sure. And Paul is joining us? Okay, go ahead, Paul. Come on up. Paul can join us as well. He was the 3rd speaker. Let's see if he shows up whenever. But yes, the mastermind still happening. Obviously, this is our forte to help a lot of people and the mastermind is still happening tomorrow. And it's going to be amazing value. I'll talk about how do I help a lot of people, how do I help a lot of companies, and how did we grow. I mean, remember, I had no business background, no marketing background, no sales background, nothing like that. And I learned it from the scratch, and I made some money, then made mistakes, lost it, and brought it back again. And I am doing it. So I learned it from the streets, basically. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of stuff, you know, the stuff, even the public speaking, even real estate investing. I took courses, but I ended up doing a lot of stuff that was beyond. Like Robert Allen tells me that, you know, I'm probably his top student in the world, basically, you know, to be able to do that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's good. Is Paul coming? Yeah. Okay, yeah. 1 minute. Okay, good.
And I think I think we need to appreciate what's happening right now. See real friends, real people, that really want the right things to happen, they stick around.
Yeah, they're here.
They're here.
And they're here.
They're here, they're looking, they understand, and so on. And I think that it's unfortunate, it's a bit rare in today's society, in how people judge really quickly. And I think we need to appreciate the positivity that's just happening now, just by continue on this.
Exactly. Everybody's reputation is always going to be on the line.
Absolutely.
And it's, the one thing could say, oh, no, I'm not part of this anymore, right?
Yeah.
So,
no, I think it's phenomenal. So.
And all of you, thank you for sticking around. I mean, you know, you guys, like, this is amazing to be able to do that. So if there's anything that you guys want me to answer, my team can show me that we can focus on that. All good, thank you, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Actually, Sunil, your team and through your conferences, you guys did major big changes that I don't know if you talked about this earlier, but you did a lot of eye surgeries for people in India, people who cannot see. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, you see, there, being in India, coming from a poor family, first we started with the water because I understood the value of water. I mean, water is important because I used to carry that when I was like 9 years old, 8 years old with my dad. And we had no washroom, so we would go out in the fields for the washrooms and all that kind of stuff. I understand the value of having a washroom. I understand the value of food. And so we started with the water stations. Then we went 5 years ago when we started with the women empowerment movement. Then this idea that certain ladies are, you know, like we did that in Africa. We're like, okay, well, are there millions of people that need help? Of course they do. So I said, we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. So we did that. And the eye surgery is, to me, eyesight seems to be one of the most important part. 100%. And when I went to India and one of my uncles says we should do that, I said, well, let me check it out myself, right? So Dave and I, my son and I, we went to India and we checked it out ourselves. And just one conversation, just walking into that little hospital that we went to, just talking to some of those people. Like some guy says, you know, when he got his eyesight, he told me that he was about to commit suicide, and his entire family doesn't respect him. He doesn't feel like a man. He doesn't generate any income. He can't go to work because he just went blind, and he has no money. Mm. And he said, everybody, a lot of people know me, but you don't know me, Sunil. And because of you, I can see now. Mm-hmm. And that really changed everything for me. 100%. So now we wanted to do that in 2020, but because COVID, that didn't happen. And then 2020 wouldn't come along. Hey, Paul, good to see you.
Hey, Sunil. Hey, guys. Exciting times.
Yeah. Talk about a pivot
I got a great chapter in a book I'm going to write about
this. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Look, you know what's interesting is you get to experience these times, and this is like an interesting event to me. I was a little bit shocked at the beginning, a little bit disappointed, but then you know what? At this point, I think we have a lot to talk about within our group. We can just talk about the value that we can create for people,
of course,
independently, and I think that's the important thing. We're here to create wealth for people, to lift people up, and I think that that's what I'm all about. That's what you guys are all about. I feel your energy.
Thank you.
And I want to join with that energy. And this has nothing but a positive effect on my involvement in what you guys are doing. I think you guys are great, and we're going to go on.
And I really want to thank these two guys. I want to thank all these people up here with the video team, the audio team. I want to thank all the PIC employees. We got Narissa, we got my wife Sangeeta, we got Dave, we got Sarah, we got Sonia, and we got Tara. I mean, you guys are totally awesome for being here and doing all these kinds of, and more importantly, all your attendees and our members and the mentees and the new crowd that showed up. You guys are here because, I mean, this is very, very, I'm really blessed to be able to do that. And I want you to know that when I say I want to make 100 millionaires, it's not just saying it. Like you guys can see the passion. I actually am doing this stuff, right? And I want to do that faster now even more. So then when somebody comes back and talks about this negative stuff, I can just say, look at these people, look, their lives have changed, to do that stuff. So, and not only that, because I actually love seeing people coming to me and saying, you changed my life, or now I can, do this. And people have been trying to become members, mentees, mentors, authors, speakers, trainers, real estate investors for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, I have the contacts and connections to be able to do that. And yes, all of those people, Grant Cardone, Robert Allen, Brian Tracy, all these people know about this stuff. I mean,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. You think Kevin Hart team is not going to do this? They will. But the way today went by, we were snowed basically,
Yeah. We got snowed in.
Hold on a second. Are we going to do interviews with Kevin Hart in an ice bucket? That's all I want to know.
Oh man. But main thing to understand is that this is not going to stop me, by the way. This is going to even now increase the speed and my passion and my plurking to the next level. I am not going to slow down now. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to go to the next level. I'm going to speed up.
It's like rocket fuel.
Yeah. They just started something. There's a positive angle to this, which is, okay, we need to move fast. We need to create all of you to move fast and to go to the next level. Thank you. Thank you for the counter punch. Yes. Yeah. I really want you guys to don't allow anyone to steal your dreams. I don't want anyone to steal your dreams. I want you to get this to make it fuel for you. And if you feel like that this is a real fuel for you, I want you to become my strength even more by becoming successful, by becoming wealthy, by taking care of your family, not only paying your bills, but taking care of your family. And not ever worrying about money. Forget about if it's a Monday or if it's a payday. It's really, really, really important to me to grow to the next level. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I know there's just the VIPs are going to show up. And if you want to join me as a VIP and you haven't done it, team, just put the link in. Just come by. If I'm not going to see you tomorrow, I still want you to not give up on your dream. I really want you to know that whatever happened, whatever you've learned, we need to implement that. You've heard this before. We need to implement it, right? We need to implement that. And whoever you want to implement it with, but just go implement. Or come by tomorrow. Spend 3 hours with me. It's going to be at a different level. It's just going to be myself and some of the members and mentees, and I'm actually going to teach some real lessons, not only life lessons, but business lessons, and how to do that in 2021 and 2022. Anything from you before we finish off?
You know what? I want to just share like what you've done for me. I'm one of Sunil's mentees, and basically in the last 2 years, like my life has changed. I always complained about a long sales cycle, right? You hear it all the time. As a mortgage broker, a lot of times we will work on client files and it could take months. I just closed a deal that took me 2 years to close. Took me 2 years, over 70 hours to make $5,000, all right? Who here would actually spend that time to make $5,000? Not a lot of people, right? So that's a problem in my business where we will take a client, we'll look through documents, 2 inches thick of documents, and just for a chance to actually earn the business. And at the same time, we don't know if they're working with their own bank. We don't know if they're working with another mortgage broker. And at any time, we could lose deals right away. And that was a big problem in my business, right? And I said to Sunil, I got to create something that's a short sales cycle. And it was a lot of mindset training. It was just like me not believing in myself. He saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And then after a couple of sessions, we started creating a course. And with his help and Mohammed over there, in less than 2 weeks, I was able to create a course that I'm training people how to find money, how to invest in real estate. And now it's incredible. I have something that I can call a short sales cycle business. And the first aha moment was when Sunil said, I want you to speak on this event. And I said, Sunil, I don't know if I could do this event. And he said, when are you doing your live training? So we created a course. And I believe it was March 18. And I said to Sunil, nobody's going to pay me. Nobody is going to pay me. You know what? I hope, and we were charging $500. In my life, I've never charged money up front for a product. It was me doing work first and hoping to get paid later. And in that one night, we sold 63 students. 63 people paid me $500. And I said, oh my gosh. So that's a testimonial to Sunil where without your help, without you pushing me and kicking my butt and actually believing in me, even though I didn't believe in myself, like that would not be possible. Now I actually came out with a product on top of my original business, and it complements each other.
And you're helping so many people who cannot get financing in first place. They can get financing by learning your course. That's the most important part. You're helping all these people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I did it one time, and it's going to stay with me for the rest of my life, right? So, and that I didn't get that from anywhere else. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So nice of you. So nice of you to give the credit. I really want to see you do really well. I want you to be my multimillionaire, that 100 million multimillionaire guy. I really want to see the real money, being flowed out.
We're gonna have a pickup crew. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good. Anything before we finish off?
Yeah, and I had a similar, obviously, experience with you, as you know, in a different realm. And I guess one of the things that I was really aiming to get in our relationship was to have you come in and be brutally honest with me and my business and how I was conducting things. And obviously brought you to Ottawa.
Yes.
And spent the whole day, brought you to my business, real estate, and my home office, and just drilled down a bunch of things. And I think I still have that 10-step things that we had started talking about. And the first thing that you had suggested, and you and I we chatted about it yesterday.
Yes.
Where you said you should get into speaking. And I completely shut it down, like there's no way I want to do that. And here I am. Right? So, and obviously there was 10 steps. There's a couple I'm still working through.
Sure.
But I always, we set up that relationship right at the beginning where I expect you to tell me what you think and not what I want to hear.
Exactly.
And that to me, you've been phenomenal.
Thank you.
And you continue to push and prod and push and prod and push and prod and this and that. And sometimes you make me uncomfortable because those are things that I would not have done on my own. I'm writing a book.
Yes.
I'm speaking on stage. We're doing this live. And obviously the only reason is because of your genuine self.
Thank you.
And once I got to know you even deeper, then I realized, no, we're just not exchanging dollars for time here. There's a genuine willingness to help out. And and you go over and beyond. And I tell people, that know me, that look, they see what's happening, and they're like, really? And I'm like, listen, I just had a session with Sunil. I'm like, I would not have figured that out. I would have not have figured that out. I wouldn't have known how to do this, how to prepare for an event. And it was funny because last thing is when I went, the first thing when I started, you requested I speak and all that. And I actually thought that speaking meant I had to perform. I had to come in and be somebody else. And I'm like, I can't, it doesn't feel right to me. But that one day where you said, Dan, just be Dan. I'm like, I can just be Dan? I could just be me? Yes. And now I'm just Dan, and you're Sunil, and obviously Daniel's had a similar experience. So I'd say thank you, and I wanted to be part of this. Obviously, when that happened, I'm like, I want to be on stage and I want to support you because I know that this could be that could hurt you a little, but there's no way we're not going to let it hurt you.
No,
we're going to help you out.
This is the fuel to even go faster.
Absolutely.
It's going faster.
And I'll be there to help you out.
So thank you. And Paul, anything you want to say?
Yeah.
Of course, we just started just now.
I've been a public company executive for 20 years, and integrity and credibility are not something that's a one-off event, that's a news story. It is a thing that you deliver every day. And that's, I think, the type of person you are, Sunil. And I know that just from knowing you for a short period of time. It's easy to understand when you speak to someone and you see the sincerity with the way they speak and the way they address things and the way they are taking action. That speaks more volumes than anything else. And I've done that throughout my life. We've always had, anyone who's involved in business will always have bumps in the road and things that go this way or that way, especially when there is one shareholder or one person that can say this or that. But it's how you continue on and address that with credibility, integrity, and transparency. And I applaud you for doing it the way you have. And let's continue on and help people, because that's what we're here for.
Thank you. Do we know if Cora or Sadhna's here? Yeah, please check while we do that. I see there's some good stuff in chat. Dan, they want to see you without a mask, or they say you look more handsome without a mask. That's a good thing.
I'm just trying to be respectful.
I know.
Yeah.
And let's see. If you see that side, I'll look at this side.
Yeah.
Hi. Now, if we got Sadhna, if you're here, or Cora, if you're here.
Oh, Sadhna's there.
Where's Sadhna?
Hey, Sadhna.
Let's bring Sadhna out, and let's bring Cora out. Let's bring whoever wants to say something. Great day. Thank you, Target. Oh, there's Sadhna. I mean, is she on?
Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, good. She's right behind you.
It looks like Dan is a little guy on my shoulder.
I am. Little devil.
All right, Sadhna, can you hear us? We can't hear you yet. They're working on it right now. And if for the next one, if Cora's there, maybe we can low system resources.
We're doing it live, guys. So
And by the way, this is not planned. Nothing is planned. We're just doing this.
Yeah, like this is awesome.
Oh man, are we working on Sadhna? Is that what's happening? Yes. Okay, thank you. But say something, Sadhna.
I just wanted to say I've known you for over 15 years now, and you know what? First of all, I just want to say I'm in shock over what happened today, but I know the person you are. I know how much you have helped me. And me sitting here just like Daniel started his course about a month ago, I did mine about 4 months ago, and it's all because of how you have supported me over the years. I have nothing but good stuff to say about Sunil. So therefore, I don't care who says what. If that wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be here. I remember the 26th of April when the whole stuff went down at that hotel in Mississauga. And I think we're just coming around that on Monday. But I was there. He stood the test of time for the last 10 years. That's when the whole Fisco thing started. And again, I wouldn't be here if I did not feel he was the right person. I have created my own course because of you, Sunil. You have helped me grow into a person that I've become today, and I'm forever grateful for that. I don't know what to say.
We can't get more real than this.
Wow. Thank you. I am one of the millionaires of PIC. The No Money Down Academy is born because of that. I've become a speaker because of that. I've become a best-selling author or be part of a best-selling author. I've been on podcasts because of what you believed or what you saw in me. I did not see that. You did. And I owe it all to you. I love you.
Thank you. Okay, sounds good. Here's what I'll do. This is a good idea. People are asking for tomorrow. We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so for tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow. Let me come back to the Sunil, who is the trainer, the coach, and somebody who wants to talk about producing, talk about growing, talk about wealth. And here's this. Tomorrow, we start 1 p.m. sharp, and it's going to be a short mastermind with me personally for 3 hours. You and I are going to spend 3 hours together. And we talked about, how do you generate $100,000 with PIC part-time without working as a real estate investor? How do you become a real estate investor with a private investment club? You saw people that are making $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, whatever. How do you do that in 2021? What's going to happen with the real estate market? Market keeps going up, and whether you're in Canada, United States, or anywhere in the world. What is going to happen, and how do you invest safely in today's world? How do you do that? We're going to talk about that. If you're coming, you're registered to come, that's awesome. If you want to come, my team, if you can just put the link in, that would be awesome as well. And if you have any questions that you want to ask of me, send it to admin at Private Investment Club. If you want to grow with me, you want to be part of the Private Investment Club, or you want to win that one-on-one session and you haven't applied yet, this is your last chance to do that right now. And all of you, tomorrow, come ready. We're going to be rocking it from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. God bless you. Thank you for being with me. And I really, really, really want to see you guys grow. Thank you very much. All the best to you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Raju, are you Cindy? No? Okay, just a name. Sonia, thank you for being with us. Yes, Patrick, Keith, Mikhail, thank you. And Michelle, that's awesome. Let's see here. Who do we have? Jamie, Chris, thank you for standing for that. Isabel, Ara, Jamie, Dawn. Who else is there? Isabel, David, thank you, David. I appreciate you. Kareem, good to see you, man. And Mark, thank you. Mary, Kathy, and some nice gentleman here with iPhone. Hello, thank you. And Isabel, thank you again. Chris, thank you very much. David, thank you, man. Thank you for being there. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. I really appreciate you guys. Sherry, thank you. Tara, thank you for all your hard work. Sarah, thank you for hard work. Narissa, thank you. Sangeeta, thank you. Dave, thank you. All of you at the Josh and his team. Thank you. Andrew and your team, thank you. Josh, your team, thank you very much, all of you. I really appreciate you guys for doing what you guys do. Obviously, it's not me. It's the big team behind it that makes it happen. So thank you, guys. Paul, thanks a lot, guys. And Sonia, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, George, April, and thank you for your wonderful, wonderful team. I really appreciate you. Even when Tara's sitting behind in the office still, Tara, thank you. I see you there. Thank you for doing that. Sonia, thank you for doing that. Jatinder, good to see you as well. Yes, there's another, one of my favorite person. Is it Chibi? Chibi? I love Chibi. And Haiti, Kim, all of you, thank you very much. God bless you. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock for all this. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.